On that note, this song still has like a minute left, but it's all instrumental, so I figured, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and start. How are y'all doing? How are y'all doing? What is up? Probably like, why are you starting early on a Saturday? Well, this is because we had to move Higurashi to this day, and since Cal is 6 hours ahead of me, well, we gotta start early so he can be awake. Oh man, there was a thing I wanted to check, but I forgot before stream. Oh well. Maybe we can do it during stream. But we'll figure that out. We'll figure that out. Okay, so I have a few things. Just a few things I want to talk about before we get started officially. Oh, the loaf! I forgot to put the loaf there. Yay! 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 I hope Moonpie works. I know the TTS bot on Case's stream has been having a time, so I don't know if...
So great call is here! Love that dog.
Love that dog. Moonpie, you can't say dog, right? Call is here. Love that dog. Yes, Moonpie is Rainbow Dash right now. Okay, so a few things I want to talk about. We are now 5 days away from the big event. What event, you may ask? Oh, wrong thing. Wrong thing. What event, you may ask? The one on Thursday, June 22nd, starting 8 a.m. CST for 24 hours. I'm going to be playing Silent Hill 1, 2, and 3, maybe 4 if we reach the final stretch goal. And this is all for the Kenosha Theater restoration, which is this lovely theater you see right here. It was built in 1927 and has suffered water damage over the years since it closed in the 60s, but it was bought in the 80s for the intention to restore and get funding and stuff. And there's work happening. There is work happening since the fundraisers we started back in February. And where is it? There we go. This one. This is I meant to do that afterward. But yes. Here's our little theater progress. Wait. Duh, I have a button for that. Duh. God damn. But here's some progress that has been done thanks to donations from wonderful viewers like you since February of last year when we did the last 24-hour stream. That was Stardew Valley though. This is Silent Hill. And it's gonna be absurd. Oh man, it's gonna be absurd. But that is what's going on right now. So you may notice there's already a little donation bar up there for the Kenosha Theater. That's because all month, all donations toward the channel are going toward the Kenosha Theater. Now, you may be a little confused because it says next milestone is $7.50 for cheap sound alerts. Before I had that Born From a Wish, I got them mixed up. I'm sorry. So once we reach $7.50, I'm going to make all sound alerts, including Moonpie Speaks. I'm going to take a 0 off of them. So all of the sound alerts are going to be infinitely cheaper. So Sans will be 30 instead of 300. Dog Residue will be 30 instead of 300. Soup, 30. So anybody who is unable to donate directly toward the theater, and also people who are able to donate, you can also have some fun. Yes, exactly. I have this is going to be 70. What How is going to be 100. Moonpie Speaks is going to be 100. It's going to be insanity. It's going to be absurd. You guys are going to be able to spam as much as you want. Yeah, I have a Happy Burger shirt. 105k points ready to use all on Soup. Excellent. Soup is going to be so cheap, you'll never go hungry again. You'll never go hungry again. It's going to be great. Okay. So, final announcement. Soap! Why does she say it like that? This is not Silent Hill. I don't give a shit about Alice in Wonderland. Anything. Okay, sorry. Anyway. My final announcement before I undeafen the call with Cal is, you may notice you may notice, and this has been a gradual process. I just went ahead and I made all of my streams 18 plus from now on. What that means is very clear. I don't want any kids in here anymore. I'm tired. I'm spent. I'm tired. Most of the reason being is most of the content that I stream does require a mature audience that is able to bring their own moral framework to the story. And from my experience, children are not able to do that most of the time. And it can be really annoying when you're trying to stream something with adult themes. And it's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable. And so, from here on out, adults only is what I am saying. Now, I've clearly marked everything. It's 18 plus. There's an alert that pops up that says this is for mature audiences only. In the title, it has 18 plus only. In the rules, it's one of the first rules, 18 plus only. In the about me, in the rules, it says 18 plus only. If you are in the chat and you tell me, oh, I am not 18 plus, you are going to be banned. Nothing personal, but all the warnings were there. All the warnings were there. You clearly knew it was 18 plus. I'm getting you out of here. One of the big reasons, though, that I decided to go ahead and do this is because most of my audience is adults. Most of my, like the grand majority, not just adults, older adults. And I don't feel comfortable having kids sharing a space with older adults. That's just how it is. That's just how it is. But yeah, I decided to go with this decision because it makes me more comfortable and I think it makes everybody else more comfortable, etc., etc., etc. So just throwing that out there. That does not mean it is okay to be horny in my chat. It is not. It is not. We can be funny horny, like, oh man, that alien is thick. Stuff like that. That's fine. Don't be horny at each other, though, is what I'm asking. Don't be horny at me. Don't be horny at other chat members. Don't be horny. I will bonk you. I will get you. We're doing this. All right. Cal, are you ready for me to undeafen? I had to drink some water. Yes. Okay. Cool. Sick. Hello. Why can't I hear you?
Biden!
Damn it! I knew you were doing something.
I couldn't find it in the soundboard. Hello, chatters.
This is Cal, everybody. Everybody knows Funny Dog. Everybody knows Funny Dog, unless you want to introduce yourself.
My name's Cal, I'm Funny Dog.
Cool. I like how I was zoomed in for that. I don't know why.
Alright.
Perfect timing. Okay.
Now, I said that I had something to say at the top of the hour, at the start of the stream.
Go for it.
So, tomorrow is the 3rd Sunday of June. And we've heard mention in this game, as of last stream, of the Watanagashi Festival. Tomorrow's Watanagashi!
Whoa!
It's the 3rd Sunday of June!
Whoa! It's also
We're
Father's
in
Day.
It!
It's also Father's Day.
It is?
Yeah.
It is?
Yeah. I'm pretty
Oh,
sure.
I don't care.
Yeah. Tomorrow's Father's Day. I was going to play Shattered Memories for Father's Day, but... because I'm a father in Shattered Memories. Anyway. I will play Origins instead, which is... my dad likes Origins, so that works out. Happy birthday to all fathers. I'm going to text my dad that tomorrow. He's going to be very confused. What was that Discord noise? Was that me or you? It was loud.
That was to mess up everyone in the chat.
Why?
I won't
Why?
do that very often. I won't do that very often, I promise.
You fool. Okay, did we make any progress last stream? There was a game of zombie tag, and it was very intense.
We made less progress than I anticipated that we would because of the internet troubles. That we got through some stuff that no one cares about.
Oh yeah, that's right. We finally got through the terrible shit, and I put the theater over it, like this. Look
Yeah.
at the theater. It's great.
I'm looking. It's
Look
pretty.
at it. It's amazing.
Even in
Oh
its dilapidated state.
yeah, I forgot to mention I got fucking bean boozled beans, and I'm very scared because I'm gonna have
Oh.
a donation incentive to make me eat a bean. Here's the
Oh,
thing.
God.
I fucking hate jelly beans in
Oh,
general.
just natively.
What?
You just natively hate jelly
I
beans.
just
So fucked up
hate.
jelly beans is even worse.
Yeah. Um, I did like when Birdie Bots was a thing, like when Harry Potter movies first like came out in the early 2000s. I was a
Yes.
big fat weenie because Birdie Bots were like they're see, you could avoid the shitty beans, so I would avoid them for the most part, and sometimes I would get unlucky and accidentally eat a shitty one. So I think I've only had like 3 of the shitty ones, and they weren't too bad. There was a sardine one that I was like, oh, that just tastes like smoked fish. That's like tolerable. I wouldn't eat this. Like I wouldn't choose to eat this, but I'll it's fine. It's tolerable. There was an earwax one. That one just tasted strange. Hey, redacted. I feel
So-
like there was another one. I can't think of it though. What were you gonna
My
say?
take is that the only people who should be buying those kinds of jelly beans of any brand or any media origin should be people who are making content off of it.
Yeah, that's that's why I
Because
got it.
because if you're a normal ass person and you buy that shit for fun, you are paying money for displeasure.
Yep.
Why are you doing that to yourself?
Yep. Fish flavor beans seems like is something somewhere. Yeah, it is. It is. And one of the beans in the Bean Boozled is dead fish, and I'm like, that's the only
Ugh.
kind of fish you can eat.
I think they mean like rotting on a beach fish.
Rotting fish. I'm sure that one will be okay. There were a few that I looked at that I was like, I think this will be tolerable. Then there are others where I'm like, I'm upset, and I think I will be very upset about.
I know
about
that I know that in a lot of those they have like a toothpaste flavor, which like yeah, I guess I
That's
wouldn't
like-
choose
that's like
that for like a
mint.
yeah, I
just
wouldn't
mint.
choose that for like a candy, I guess, but like you brush your teeth, you taste that.
Yeah, that's fine. That's okay. Toothpaste tastes like that for a reason. It's fine.
Yeah.
But here's the thing about Bean Boozled that pisses me off is so each color there are 2 possible flavors for it. So there will be a red one, and it's like this will either be strawberry or old bandage, and I'm like, ugh. So you can't actually avoid, you know,
How
like
are
with
they
the birdie
generating
bots.
these tastes? Are the
I don't
fucking
know.
scientists in the lab like,
I don't know.
what should the next taste be? I know. I ate a bandage yesterday. What the fuck are you talking about?
I just want to know, does it taste like blood? That'd be fine. Here's some iron. Anyway, let's continue.
It's just an iron supplement.
Yeah, it's just an iron supplement. I'm just eating an iron supplement.
The spicy flavored ones are more than just pepper themed, and with one being sriracha, which is just but tolerable. Oh my god, rotation.
Maxwell. Is that JG? Thank you. Thank you so much, JG, for conjuring Maxwell. I
Hey,
need to work
Corgi.
on catching up to Proxy, have a Maxwell. Oh, that's another thing. Hang on. Let me bring it up. I made this handy dandy, overwhelming,
Oh damn.
sensory overload image. So you can
Sensory
see
overload?
sensory overload image. I don't know if you can see the stream right now,
I
but
can. I'm looking.
okay. But
Oh my god, children screaming.
but you can see, as plain as day, all of the milestones, that we can reach, and they're including the stretch goals, which those are stretch goals. I do not expect to meet those. I don't even expect to meet 5,000, but god damn it, I got that Heather beam anyway. Whew.
Wu Dakimakura?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. If we reached 6,000, I will make one. I will. And I will sell it. You can have it.
That's tempting, if only for the irony.
Yeah. No, I would get one. I would get...
Update a streamer.
What? What did that say?
It'd be the only Daki that I've ever owned.
I've owned one before, and it was of 707 from Mystic Messenger, and I will live in my shame forever. But
I never understood Mystic Messenger. It just kind of felt like a vehicle for lonely people to not be as lonely.
no, I thought it was fun. Anyway, we don't need to get into that.
Understood.
We don't need to get into that. Top gifters is a thing. So by the end of the month, I will look at the top gifters, and you will get presents. So first top gifter will get a sticker set, like a physical sticker set of 3 stickers of their Sona of choice, or maybe 3 different Sonas if they have them, and also a full body piece, full body shaded piece of whatever Sona they want, whatever character they want, and also an icon of whatever character they want. So that's first place. Second place just gets the full body piece and the icon, and third place just gets the icon. So there are rewards for the top gifters. Catch up. Do it. Anyway. I think right now, Proxy and JG and Gracie Gal are in the lead. I don't remember which order, but last time I looked, that was the deal. Eat a bean. That's for the actual stream. If you do it now, I'll be upset because I don't have the beans with me. That's for the 22nd. That's for the 22nd. We were just talking about the gross beans. You will make me eat a gross bean. That is what that is.
Sometimes you eat a gross bean.
Sometimes you eat a gross bean. Yeah, those jelly beans. I don't like jelly beans in the first place, but you will make me eat a possibly gross jelly bean. Hey, Tazara. Jinx.
Shit.
You now owe me Fago.
Okay,
no,
either I can owe you a Fago, or you can retract one owed Fago.
Well, okay, yeah, let's do that. I think we read this tip already. This one.
Which tip is it?
It's a community notice.
Quiet, I gotta turn this up in Discord.
Yeah, it's community notice. I do remember that because it had
Yes.
It had a funny dissonance with it.
A funny
tonal dissonance. Continue. All right, maybe things will get fucky this stream, and it's been green so far, so I think we're good.
That is good.
Let me drink some water.
No.
Let me get a little funky. There we go. Time to be Keiichi. A few days had passed since the incident. What incident? During that time, either Mion was busy or Rika-chan had to help with the festival preparations, so we couldn't get everybody together for club activities. Even though I thought I would never want to participate again after the years it shaved off my life each time, not having it only made my heart grow fonder. I really am not honest with myself. Today we finally had our club activities again. These weren't the same old club activities. It was called the Watanagashi 5 Demon Firefight, and it was one of the biggest events in the club.
Happy Watanagashi, everyone.
Happy Watanagashi.
Keiichi! Congrats on the 18 plus. Yeah, happy birthday, Spoony!
Thanks! Thanks, we're finally all adults here. Congrats.
Does this yukata still fit you? Can you try it on for a second?
Mom pulled out an old dusty yukata. Yukata. Wow. I know how to pronounce Japanese. Oh, that's me. No, I don't need a yukata. Those are embarrassing, so I'll just go in my normal clothes.
This is a festival. Wear it, okay?
Rena and others said regular clothes are just fine. If I was the only one wearing a yukata, it'd be even more embarrassing. I'd put on the same old vest as usual. I'll be going with Rena and the others, so you don't need to worry about me.
That's so. How are they going with Dad when he wakes up?
Dad let out a loud snore from the sofa. Why is he sleeping on the sofa? From how it looks, he must have pulled an all-nighter last night.
He just finished sending him his manuscript, so he might not wake up for a while.
It seems my dad writes for art magazines sometimes too. I've never read it though. Wonder if my dad is a really famous artist. I wouldn't know. As his son, it's a bit strange for me to say, but I can't imagine he's selling all that well. But he's able to feed a family of 3, and my life isn't exactly full of hardships. Maybe he's actually a master painter, and I just never knew it. Whoa.
Keiichi-kun, are you home?
Uh-oh, it was already time. I didn't want them coming here, so I was planning on leaving early and waiting outside.
Damn, bitch, you live like this? Look at your front door.
I'm so
Blocked. I've never seen this specific CG before. That really shocked me.
just looking over at Jordan being like, I don't know, Murray, your username implies you're 4 years old. Murray,
Damn.
how do you type so well? Being
Oh
4.
my, it's Rena-chan. Thank you for always looking after Keiichi. Ma'am, he's also been looking out for...
Why are you blushing just from meeting my mom?
Lesbian moment.
Don't get all flustered. This feels so awkward. Let's go, Rena. Since Rena would continue to space out if I left her there, I grabbed her hand and dragged her out. Hey, Nadia.
Rena-chan, look after Keiichi for me. Oh, yes, ma'am.
How?
Even if it means I must sacrifice myself.
Oh, then why don't you do it right now? Do it! Do it, Rena! Die!
Kill yourself!
For me. Die
Now!
for me. She waved back even as I was dragging her away. Meow. Okay, Kei-chan, you hungry today? We'll take care of that at these stalls. You thought I'd let myself get full knowing the club activities will involve the stalls? Wouldn't have it any other way. Where are Rika-chan and Satoko? Are they already at the temple?
Yep, Rika-chan's a festival committee member after all. Satoko-chan is probably with her as well.
I see. Thank you for the follow. Giant rat lady, my beloved. I see. Alright, let's make some noise today.
Yay! Yeah!
Yeah! Sorry. We're making noise. We were already in high spirits with just the 3 of us there. Did you sneeze?
No, I said woo, yeah, baby, really high pitched.
Discord like cut you out a little bit, so it sounded weird. It was way more lively at the Furude shrine than the last time I came, far exceeding my expectations. Look at this image! It's great. Throngs of people were crammed between rows of market stalls lined with colorful paper lanterns. Despite that, it was actually quite enjoyable. There sure are lots of people here. Can't believe they all live in Hinamizawa. Do you want to be Rena?
Sorry, my friend is having a time.
Oh, you're good.
Everybody attends the Watanagashi. I think about half the village is here.
About half. It's not just that. Municipal and youth councils from neighboring towns and villages advertise this event as well. That's right. There aren't that many students at our school. Mion, why do you have a gun again? There's a lot of kids here today. It just doesn't feel like a festival unless there are kids running around after all. That's true. I agree.
Hello and good evening.
These two knew everybody we came across. Of course I greeted them as well, but I still wasn't familiar with everybody yet. Oh, Rena-chan, thanks for the food you brought me a while back. My son loved it. He said it was delicious.
It was nothing at all, Star. I'm glad you liked it. Say hello to Kazumasa-kun for me, please.
Hey! If it isn't Sonozaki Ojo-chan! I'm in charge of stand again this year, so make sure you come visit. Pops, have you gotten fatter? You'll end up having a heart attack with a gut like that. Wow! Fat phobia!
Wow,
Love
fat phobia, Christ!
Woohoo! Oh, this kid here is new. Thanks for being terrible to me about my weight. Are you one of her underclassmen? He's one of my members. An upcoming hopeful. If you cross him, he could crush your stand in one night. You've got a little Missy's seal of approval, I see. Hope you take it easy on me. As you could imagine, Mion was chatting away with the old guys running the stalls.
Mia-chan is really energetic after all. She's really popular with the older men. It's not as bad as it sounds.
Alright. I think Rena is pretty popular too, being cute and all. That was, of course, so long as her little condition didn't flare up. But as long as she's blushing quietly, she's pretty cute.
Ruben.
Hello, Ruben. Welcome.
I'm popular with some people? Really? Really?
With some people, like me. I evaded giving her a straight answer by roughly tossing her hair.
My hat, though.
My hat! The stall keepers come all the way from town. It's not really a festival without them after all. So we're going to mess with them now? I don't care what kind of match it is. I'm going to win it!
Oh, yes. I'll try too.
Yippee!
Wahoo.
No, Satoko!
Hey, you're all very late. It's unacceptable to keep a lady waiting, Keiichi-san.
You are a child. You are not a lady. You are a girl. Oh, my bad. So where is this lady I've kept waiting? Nice, Keiichi.
What did you just say? What did you say?
What did you say? Alright, Satoko was in top form as well. Seemed she was all excited about being able to get everybody in the club together for the first time in a while.
Oh, Rika-chan! Cute!
Rena let out an elated sigh. It seemed that the real lady had made her appearance. The real lady that is the same age as Satoko.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening to Keiichi as well.
I do like her outfit for the Watanagashi Festival. It's very cute.
And she's cute, yeah. She's cute and aw, look at her.
Yeah, tiny little shrine maiden. I'm gonna tussle your hair.
Yeah! Woo! Looking good. You're looking sharp again this year.
Cute. Can I take you home?
Rika-chan was wearing a shrine maiden outfit. I could see that. Yup! Rena's little outburst was completely understandable. Rika-chan's clothes sure look like the real deal. Is that a real shrine maiden outfit? Yeah.
Don't insult me.
My grandmother made them by hand. They're quite authentic. Check out my authentic
Rika-chan
gun. Sorry.
Rika-chan has an important role to play at the end of the festival, so she's wearing this.
I see. Rika-chan was on the executive committee because she performed all the Shrine Maiden's rituals for the festival.
My work is only during the finale of the festival, so I can still play for a while.
We cannot afford to waste any time. Let us begin.
Alright! Alright! Let's go. Felt good to wander around the festival with just the 5 of us. Mion called everyone over to a stand that caught her attention and proposed a rather odd competition. Takoyaki eating race. Everyone has to buy their own. Ready? Go! The standard in vendor stalls, the takoyaki stand. What was especially standard for these kinds of events was the fact that they were simply balls of dough, takoyaki, in name only. It burns!
Are you okay, Keiichi-kun? Have some water, little spice piss baby. Can't take any spice, huh?
No, they're hot. They're hot, like hot, actually.
Oh, like actually hot. Okay. I was imagining like they were laced with cayenne or something. My, eating those scalding takoyaki whole is suicide.
Also, Ruben, Cal is familiar with Higurashi. I am not. I am not.
Yes.
Yeah. I am blind to this. I guess the trick is to buy the ready-made ones that have been left there for a while.
They really don't taste good.
Takoyaki. The stall next to it was a shaved ice stand. It was still a bit too early in the season for that, but right then it didn't matter. Let's do shaved ice this time. It's a shaved ice eating race. Ready? Go! Brain freeze.
Shaved ice eating race? I can't! As long as you can melt it a bit with your body heat, then. It's so cold.
It's so cold. Not smart. This old man ordered it with plenty of syrup. It'll melt quickly when it's mixed up. Also, hello, Lewin Shar. Those stooges were too late. The moment they chose to tackle it head-on was their downfall. Whew. Finished.
Kei-chan is done? That was too fast.
It couldn't be. Keiichi-kun, you didn't add water from the goldfish tank behind it, did you?
What?
Gross.
Why would you do that?
Gross.
That can't taste very good.
I am in for a ride. It's already so bizarre. Next to that was another old favorite, a cotton candy stand.
Okay, let's just line this up. Takoyaki, then shaved ice, then whatever the fuck they just ate now, and then fucking cotton candy.
I'm gonna
all,
throw
like,
up.
on top of one another. That'd be so
I'm gonna throw
nasty.
up.
Also, someone's sending fireworks off outside. I might close the window. Can you hear that?
No. They're celebrating. They're celebrating Watanagashi.
True! Why don't we do this one next? Of course it's a speed eating contest!
Oh,
Hey, how do you eat cotton candy quickly? Ow!
it just dissolves. Also, yes, this is my first time with Higurashi. No spoiler. Okay. On Satoko's mark, Mio and Satoko and I all compressed the cotton candy with our bare hands. The time it took to stick the whole thing in our mouths, 3 seconds. In my life, yes! Yes! I've never experienced... I've watched the first episode of, like, the first anime, like, when I was younger, and I was like, eh. And then I never picked it up ever again. Alright. I expected Satoko to figure it out, but I didn't think Kei-chan would, too. I can't have you treating me like I'm a newbie forever, can I?
It won't taste very good.
Rika-chan had also crushed it between her hands and stuck it into her mouth.
Oh, your hands would be so gross! Ah!
Oh, yeah. Oh, I hate cotton
This is
candy.
probably the place in Japan where people eat cotton candy like this.
I think only Rena's cotton candy was happy with how it was eaten. But it felt like we'd end up doing stuff like eat noodles through the nose contest or human water pump at the goldfish scoop at the rate things were going.
This old man will probably still win, too.
This old
I'm
man...
feeling no more from me on some when it comes to eating repulsive things.
Yeah, seriously.
What's,
What's
up with
you guys? Oh,
That's
Touch me. You finally
Oh.
stole one of my lines.
what's up with you guys?
crumb-
Are you
crumbling
telling
into a cucumber?
Are you telling me you don't want to have a blue Hawaii-topped yakisoba eating contest? Yes. Shake, shake, both Satoko and I shook our heads in unison.
Can we have a game that doesn't involve food this time? Can we?
Rena's proposal was a godsend. It was about time we played a different kind of game. It also seemed like neither Rena or Rika-chan were any good at speed eating or gorging themselves.
Okay, Rena. I'll let you pick out the next game. Anything is fine.
Puking contest. Well then, I'm going to be the judge. Find cute things on the festival grounds. You have 1 minute. That's so short. Fine by me. I know exactly what Rena likes.
Me!
Alright. I think I can win with that.
Ready, go. Oh? Why aren't Keiichi-kun and Rika-chan starting? Why not?
Mion and Satoko dashed off madly, but Rika-chan and I calmly stayed right where we were.
Could it be? You found it? The cute thing? Already?
We've already found it. Keiichi too?
Yeah, you.
What is it? What is it? I can't wait!
Both Rika-chan and I stood motionless for those few moments before Mion and Satoko returned. This is probably the first time we've gone head-to-head like this.
It will be the first.
Rika-chan, you expect to win with that, huh?
I am a member of this club as well. Win by any means is our society's third rule.
Rika-chan sneered to the best of her ability. You're on. Both Mion and Satoko come back, each with their own plan of attack stuffed in their arms.
Okay then, let's go in order. Let's start with the club president, Michan.
Too bad, you guys. I'm ending this now. This old man brought this!
Where did she get those? They were old diamond-shaped tin signs.
Pleb curry, snake coil incense, nostalgic tin signs from the old days. How about this?
That's very understated. A little too understated, Mion. I used to see those stuck up on barbed wire fences. They were more nostalgic than cute. Can you explain what part of this is cute? But there were puffs of smoke noisily shooting out of Rena's ears and nose, almost like a steam train.
Is it a little weird or I love her?
I didn't get it. She loves weird shit.
I shall be up next. It is this!
It was the hand-drawn poster from the Ladies' Society's roasted corn stall. It was a really bad sketch done by a housewife. An anthropomorphic roasted corn drawn without any sort of real plan. Its very existence invited a sense of sorrow to the viewer. Weep! That was the sound of blood jetting out of Rena's nose. It seemed to have been rated higher than Mion's. I really didn't get it. It feels like your artistic sense is a little avant-garde by about 5 eons.
Don't say that, Stellar.
No, don't say that. I know we're 18 plus now, but come on.
Those were nothing but mass-produced signs after all. They had no chance against something hand-drawn.
I couldn't even begin to follow the way those guys were thinking. See, Rena's whole thing is she just likes weird shit.
Yeah.
Then I will be next.
Okay, Rika-chan.
Next is Rika-chan, is it?
What can you even do without anything? Did you and Satoko both forget? If Rika-chan felt like it, she could simply... After moving back about 10 yards, she began waddling up to Rena. Seeing that, both Mion and Satoko gasped. Uh-oh. Oh, no! Sorry, I was just saying that. You can also read Satoko.
Oh, no!
Too late. Rika-chan tripped over nothing and lay motionless after falling down. Rena hurried over to her.
Rika-chan, are you alright? Alright?
Rika-chan had a lump on her forehead and tears welled up in her eyes. Only her fingers peeked out from her sleeves. This was the vital part. The palms of her hands were covered by her sleeves. She made just a single sound. Ah, anime bullshit.
Anime bullshit. Going to take you home. I had completely forgotten that. The play that I personally had to use.
Rena's face went completely red, her head bobbing back and forth with excitement. She embraced Rika-chan and began rubbing her cheek against her. I'd expect no less from her. Not a single element was overlooked. She's tiny, shrine maiden, brink of crying, meep. It was perfect. Simple trip transcended into pure moe. I hate that word. Now this is what you call art. Oh, there's so much anime bullshit. Kei-chan has a pretty weird definition of art. I'll just pretend the sharp sting of those words cutting through me like a razor was a figment of my imagination. Rika-chan turned her gaze to me with a daunting smile as she was caressed by Rena, who was in full cute mode.
Is that a real gun? I don't know, Stellar.
I'm confused about the gun, the very obvious gun as well.
Now, Keiichi, can you beat me?
That cold smile is frightening, Rika-chan. It must just be my imagination, but I see a demon inside her sometimes. Me too.
Kei-chan seems to have his own plan of attack. I wonder what he's going to show her.
It's never brought up, Mer.
It's never? It's never
I mean,
brought-
so far, it's never been brought up.
Guns are like illegal in Japan. That's what's funny. It's like more alarming.
I also wish to observe the play Keiichi-san will make.
Could it be? Is Keiichi also going to give a performance?
I basked in their pointed stares. I pulled Rena, who gave no sign of canceling out of cute mode, away from Rika-chan.
Try not to spoil things in the chat, everybody. Oh, cute thing, Keiichi-kun, let's go!
I'll show you something even cuter, so just hold on for now. Like, even hinting at spoilers, just please, please, please.
Yeah. Huh? Oh? Is something even cuter?
But it's a bit too crowded here. Let's go back there. Rena looked very surprised as I pulled her behind the shrine. He's gonna tell her she's cute. That's what he's gonna do. Cool.
I mean, what I meant was they haven't brought it up yet.
Yeah.
They might bring it up later, they might not. Who knows? I never played this game before. I cannot fathom what Keiichi-san could possibly be planning.
Kei-chan wouldn't stoop to... No, would he? Keep on fighting. Yeah. Yeah!
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. After a bit, I returned.
Oh, yeah.
And a bit after that, so did Rena, dragging her feet.
There's no way that scoundrel Kei-chan did something to innocent little Rena.
Don't imply that.
Mion and Satoko passed by me, heading straight to Rena. She might be implying like a kiss or something.
I hope so. I hope that's everything.
Eh.
What exactly did he do to you?
Like, holding hands in Japan is, like, considered lewd, so...
That's true. That's true.
For a moment, Rena was too dazed to realize someone was talking to her.
Keiichi-chan. Oh.
Rena, are you alright? Did Kei-chan do anything to you? Did he hold hands with you?
No, He didn't do anything strange to me. Oh. This is quite severe. Exactly what did Keiichi-san show you? It was so cute. Oh.
Cute? What did he show you, Rena?
We can garner the implication. Let's move on.
Rena let out a really long "Ho!" Her eyes sparkled as she spoke. We will move on. Teenage bullshit. In the blink of an eye, Mion and Satoko's elbows smashed into my face.
Huh? What?
Showing Rena something so dirty.
You sick pervert! I shall have you beaten into oblivion, killer.
Oh, wait, you've got it all wrong. A dark billowing aura flowed from Mion and Satoko. It was no good. They're going to kill me.
Nichan, I'm not sure what's going on, but you've got it all wrong. You see, Keiichi-kun had...
It's a fur seal keychain.
Rika-chan stuck her hand into my pocket and pulled out my keychain.
Eh? He said he made it long ago for one of his summer school assignments. He said he doesn't show it often, or
To others often because it's embarrassing.
Yeah. So small and cute. He tried his best to make it so wonderful.
Oh! This old man thought you meant it was Keiichi's. Whoops.
Oh, I'd expect no less from Mion-san. He misconstrues things in the wildest ways.
They slung insults at each other and looked like they were ready to tear into each other at any second. I beg of you. If I'm in the clear, would you mind getting off of me? We were interrupted by the flash of a camera. Uh-oh. The guy. Who's my favorite girl? I like Rena.
Hey guys, you all seem energetic as usual.
It was Tomitake-san. As I lay crumpled on the ground, Mion and Satoko continued to bicker above me. Rika-chan was patting me on the head, and Rena was still in cute mode. It was probably quite a lively scene.
It's a fine evening indeed, although it's rather poor etiquette to photograph a lady without her permission.
That's right. At least you don't really need Satoko's permission. Ha! Satoko dug her heel into me.
The art didn't age well? I wouldn't say it hasn't aged well. It's just, quaint. Good evening.
It's like hard to look at, but I like it at the same time. I just like it is a product of its time with the BGs and the sprites. It's good. I like it.
You're heading back tomorrow, aren't you? Were you able to take lots of good photos? Yes, thanks for asking. I got plenty of good shots.
Tonight's the last we can see old Tomitake-sama, isn't it? It's such a shame. Hurry up and have your major breakout soon.
Just as rude as ever, aren't you? I really am sad I won't be able to hear that voice of yours for almost half a year.
Be sure to have as much fun as you can tonight. You'll be back in Tokyo tomorrow after all.
That's true. It'll be another 6 months until I can enjoy another night where I can see the stars.
Tomitake-san looked up at the night sky cheerfully. At that moment, even though he was smiling, I sensed a bit of sadness. Why don't you move here, Tomitake-san? And Hinamizawa? Tomitake-san was speechless. It's not very convenient here. No shops, or recreational spots. There might not be anything really here, but everyone knew what I was trying to say. Tomitake-san was also well aware. So Rena, Mion, Satoko, Rika-chan, none of them butted in. I've only been here for less than a month, so I don't really know everything about it. Normally I'm a really talkative guy, but in situations like this I'm at a loss for words. Even though all this was happening in such a boisterous setting, it felt like all the background noise was fading into the distance. This place is probably... Tomitake-san rested his hand on me gently, silencing me.
Thank you, Keiichi-kun. Mion-chan and Rena-chan, Satoko-chan and Rika-chan.
Tomitake-san's smile was so slight, it looked as if it was going to crumble at any minute, but it was warm.
I also think it would be great if I could live here.
Those might have been cruel words coming from a kid who didn't need to worry about working to feed himself. My hand touched my back. It was Rena.
Ichi-kun, you shouldn't pick on adults. It's not nice.
The background clamor of the festival returned.
We won't be seeing him for a while after all. We need to make sure Tomitake-san also enjoys tonight.
When Rena smiled, the mood instantly got brighter.
That's true. I think I'll do just that. Sean, how about it? Can we let Tomitake-san in on our club activities?
That's a great idea, or so I thought, but Mion had a snobbish look on her face. One of the requirements for membership is residence in Hinamizawa, you see.
On me, Sean, just for today, don't be so mean.
While he does come around often every year, I'll make him an honorary citizen.
Oh, yay!
Yay!
Oh my god, yay! Now then. I wonder if this aged fellow, well past his prime, will be a match for me.
Well past his prime. How old is
It's
this
crazy
man?
because he's like 27.
No! I'm...
But like, I guess to Sadako, who's like 7, 8, that is an old person.
Let's have him show us the wisdom of a mature adult.
Can you keep up with us, youngins? Tomitake-san stepped back slightly at her audacious grins. Audacious.
I, Mion Sonozaki, club president, do hereby authorize honorary citizen Tomitake's entry into our club.
Her words were quickly drowned out by our cheers.
What do you mean by club?
What our club does, you see, in order to cope with our complicated society, we perform various activities with various rules. Sometimes they are in your favor, and sometimes they work against you.
I'm pretty weak, so I'd prefer you not single me out. Let's try to get along. If you wish to mock our childish games, then this will be the perfect opportunity.
We'll leave you with nothing. We won't even leave the hairs on your butt! Okay, Keiichi.
So it's a club where we play games together.
Great. Of course Rika-chan was the only one to give an answer that made sense. Keiichi is now you're talking about hairs on butts.
Alright, just what I wanted. I'll take you up on that challenge. Don't be too rough on me, my mentors.
Tomitake-san got riled up and did a victory pose like he was 10 years younger.
You know, 17.
You know, that's perfect. We continued walking through the festival with Mion in the front. Now we looked like a family of 6. It had some intensity to it. Soup! Same rules as always. The loser will, of course, be subject to penalty. Also, I need to drink water. I'll wait until there's a line that you'll...
Now.
Oh, I'll do it when it gets to a cow line. Hang on. Tomitake-san was a bit surprised, but to us it was just the same as always. Regardless of how terrible a penalty it was.
Just don't lose.
Alright, I'm drinking water. Hang on.
Just don't lose. Just
Nope.
don't lose.
Stop! Okay. Rena was also brimming with determination. She didn't have any intention of losing. That's true. I tousled Rena's hair to lighten the mood. She giggled to hide her embarrassment.
I see. This is what it means to feel like a kid again. You're 27 years old.
Tomitake-san whispered that to nobody in particular. At that moment, we heard an old man call out in a strong voice. Looking over, I realized it was the man Mion had greeted right before the festival.
Oh, Lavi Kids is playing Battlefield 2042.
Stop.
Crazy.
That doesn't show up on stream, but it shows up for you, and it's funny. You're here, little Miss Sonozaki. Seems you brought quite the crowd.
We came to eradicate your entire stall.
Okay. His stall was a shooting gallery. It was the usual setup where you had to knock down the prize you wanted with a court gun.
Don't worry,
We can
I
see
have
some
my own gun.
Sorry.
properties here. You can like get rid of the sprites to see just this background, right? There's a button for that.
I'm not sure.
I'm sure that there's a button for that.
There's hide text box. Hide user interface. Character sprites.
DJ Group Hug, are you still here? What's the button?
What's the button? What's
I'm
the button?
sure that there is one.
The rules are simple. 3 shots.
3 shots. The winner is whoever gets the biggest prize. I'm sorry.
I was thinking about Revolver Ocelot today.
I love him. I love him so much. We gotta play more Metal Gear Himble. Fuck. Everybody shouted their agreement. Oh, here we go. There you go.
Yeah, here we go. That's better.
All right.
So we can definitely see a Mickered mouse over there.
Oh, Mickard. There he is. Next to the smiley
There's like
face.
a bunch of Pac-Mans, question mark?
Looks alright. I see a SpongeBob in the corner.
Yeah.
Upper left. Yeah.
So as you can see, these screenshots definitely take you out of the moment a little bit with the year.
That's fine.
It's fine.
That's fine. Because it's supposed to be the 80s right now, right?
Yeah.
There was no need to consider how to win, since the condition for victory was simply size. The biggest prize at the stall, it went without question. It was that one, wasn't it? Sponge Borb.
Whoa, that teddy bear. Cute. That
Reno-
legally distinct teddy bear.
Reno was gazing longingly at a large stuffed animal. It was intentionally placed on an unsteady platform, so it was possible to get it if you hit the right spot. Look at these people who totally consented to being in this game. It's magnificently set up to make someone think that. Okay, I need to talk about Mixed Feelings for a bit. My game that I have made that is also a visual novel.
Do it.
So there is a background in Mixed Feelings, the coffee shop, where I did totally go into a coffee shop, take a picture, and then draw over it. And there were people in the picture, so I just drew over them, and they were just formless blobs. And that is why, because I was like, okay, I don't want these people to actually be in my game. I am just going to draw a character over them. And I also did that with the second game. There's a farmer's market I actually took a picture of, and I just drew people's personas over all of the people. Anyway, Satoko.
Not bad, Keiichi-san. I figured you'd see through the scam instantly. The most logical course of action would be to aim for some candy or a doll.
The intent analysis had already begun. In this club,
We can probably accelerate this a little bit.
Alright. We can, like, tell me when. We're winning prizes.
We're winning prizes. We are having fun with our good friend Tomitake-san.
We're having a good fun. Also, I can also put up the theater slideshow while this goes on. Since you see it and then the chat doesn't. But just a friendly reminder, all donations this month go toward this lovely little place right here, built in the 1920s. Also, yell when I should be stopping.
Yep.
So, these pictures right here, they're of the Kenosha Theater. Commissioned by Carl Lemley, one of the founders of Universal Studios. And all donations are going toward the restoration of this place. We've restored, some update. The floor is about to, getting very close to actually being, lacquered over. So, it'll be clean and smooth. So that is happening very soon. The floor is almost completely clean of all, tar and stuff and is ready to be finished. So that's really fucking cool. And I will update with pictures in the Discord. What?
The only reason that we're skipping Ruben is because this is a stream with a schedule.
Yeah, I want to be able to actually finish this game. There's a lot of fluff in this game, and I get the general idea of this scene. It's fine. It's just I also have a low tolerance for anime bullshit, I will be honest. But I do enjoy these characters, and I get the gist. What were you gonna say, Cal?
I don't remember.
Oh,
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna say a swear word. Boobies.
Good
TLDR,
job.
they're trying to get a toy, and nobody's been able to shoot it down because the bullets are too
Buy
light.
it at a high price.
But
hang on, we got a donation. Gracie,
oh shit.
it's pronounced foyer? I didn't even say foyer this time. I didn't even say it. Anyway, it's black now. It's darkness. But thank you so much, Gracie. That brings us to 549. We're getting close to me making the sound alerts incredibly, ridiculously cheap for the stream. But yes. Was your explanation done, Cal? I'm sorry. My brain is everywhere.
Pretty much they're just trying to shoot down this doll in this stall and bars. And no one can get it down because the bullet's too light, but Keiichi's gonna pull it off with his machismo or whatever.
God. Oh boy. Should you wait to donate? You don't have to wait because the milestones are for like setting up stuff in the actual stream. So you don't have to wait. Like if we make it to 750, then like all the sound alerts will be cheaper from here on out for the month. But yes.
Let's keep going.
Let's keep going! Should we read now?
Nah, just keep going.
Just keep going, I'm sorry. I was distracted by stream stuff.
You're alright.
Fundraiser stuff. We
Yay,
going.
Renegade's...
Renegade's a thing. Yippee!
Now we can stop.
Okay. Here you go. For
Can
you.
we?
Can
Okay, okay, please, Tomitake-san, good luck!
Damn you, old man Tomitake! Stealing the good parts for yourself! A small hand stretched over and fell gently on my head just before I was overcome with
So
frustration.
much, Akiri.
What is that? Thank you, DJ Groupo. You keep on fighting too, Keiichi, okay?
Omochi Kairi is Rena's, I want to take it home with me.
Oh, I see. Tomitake-san carefully studied the bear. Setting his sights, he shouldered the rifle while holding the other 2 shots in his hand. Why is he doing that? Yes, no doubt. Tomitake-san is aiming for... What? What? Whoop. The time between shots was short. It was meaningless to shoot again once it stopped shaking. So Tomitake-san was relying on rapid fire to win the battle. It was visibly wobbling, much more than it ever had before.
Yeah, my bad, they're still going. Let's
They're still... Keep skipping. Keep skipping. Maybe we gotta just keep going until the penis music ends. I'm just dancing. But no, Stellar Kuma, if you were asking if, like, you should wait, you don't have to wait to donate.
You can donate right now.
You can donate right now, anytime you want.
You should donate right now.
You should. You should right now. You should donate right now. Take my
Give us
son on Moon
All
Pie's
your
head.
worldly possessions.
$6.66 to seal my son. Why would you do that, though? That's terrible. Oh! Oh no, what's
He's
happening?
just shooting the bear really good.
But that's...
You can keep skipping.
That looks scary, though.
No, I promise.
It keeps scaring me.
He shot down the bear, yay! Woo.
Yay, he shot down the bear. Yippee! Yippee! Okay, the penis music is over. But it looks like they're just being like, "Great job, Tomitake-san!
Yeah.
You got the bear! Thanks, Tomitake-san! You're the best!
I don't know what this voice is.
Keiichi's the one who got the bear, but yeah, essentially.
Yippee!
Just fake gun things. Why is winning a carnival game so scary?
Going through the whole series, right?
I'm not sure about that because it's so long.
We will see.
Oh shit.
I'll
Gracie.
buy it at a high price.
I was hoping you would say for well, thank you so much for the additional $30. We are now almost 600. Thank you so much. Holy shit. I'm joking mostly with being like, donate right now, but thank you.
Yeah, if you don't have the means, don't.
If you don't, yeah, of course. If you don't have the means, don't worry about it. But if you want to and you're able to, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Should I keep skipping?
No, we're fine.
Okay, I remembered what I was trying to say to Tomitake-san earlier. There really isn't much of anything here, but there are lots of things you can't find anywhere else. I gained a lot from coming to Hinamizawa, especially at that moment. The crowd's cheers echoed on and on.
I agree, Ruben.
From the altar set up in front of the shrine, the drums sounded with a booming echo. It was the finale of the festival.
I'll be going off ahead then.
Uh-oh. I need to go and get myself a good spot, too. Well then, everyone, see you in a bit.
Both Rika-chan and Tomitake-san gave their farewells and disappeared into the crowd.
I wish both of you the best in your endeavors. Now, shall we be off?
Yeah, might as well go see Rika-chan's charming figure. Let's go. That's a weird thing to say, Mion. Yeah, huh? Where's Rena? Well, what are you doing?
Keiichi-kun! Mi-chan, save me!
Since she was carrying such a ridiculously large stuffed animal, she was being carried by the flow of people. What is she doing? She must have her hands full taking care of that bear.
So I'll leave Rena in your care, Kei-chan.
Care-chan.
I have my hands full taking care of Satoko.
Be looked after by you, Mion-san! Ouch! Please don't pull on my arm! My voice went real scratchy there for a second. I apologize.
That's fine. Before losing sight of Mion, I grabbed the back of Rena's collar.
Keiichi-kun, not there! Don't grab me there!
Always so bossy. Where can I grab then?
Stop that!
I didn't feel ashamed at all. Rena was ashamed enough for both of us. I grabbed onto Rena's hand and dashed after Mion and the others. We're gonna be late. Let's hurry up. Also, hey, Axel.
Yeah.
I hadn't realized Rena's hand was so delicate. Maybe she needed a bit more exercise and nutrition to make her hands less delicate. Okay, that wasn't what I meant, not at all. My ears burned. I tried to keep calm. I repeated the phrase, "Keep it together, Keiji Mabata," in my mind, but it didn't look like I would be able to anytime soon. I really didn't want Rena to see my face right then, so I pushed onwards, dragging her along without looking back even once. Normal. There was already a huge group of people gathered at the altar in front of the shrine. The fire at the altar made it as bright as midday and just as hot. There was a pile of futons warded with sanctified rope in front of the altar. Come to think of it, they did say it was a festival where they did something with the cotton futons. That's right.
Keiichi-san! Rena-san! We're over here!
Satoko waved her hand from the front row. Ah, sorry. Making our way through the mass of people, we reached the spot they'd saved.
How was it? Were you able to have a little bit of excitement with Rena by holding hands?
We were gone for 2 minutes.
You punk! So that's what your plan was? Instead of replying, Mion gave us a perverse grin.
I'm glad at the very least they're all as grossly perverse as one another.
Yeah.
How was it, Rena? Was Kei-chan's hand bigger than you thought it would be?
Please shut up.
Good.
Die.
Rena turned bright red, puffs of steam shooting out of her. I heard something slice through the air and turned around to see Mion on the ground with a welt on her face. Mion, when were you hit?
Between the ha and over how, I think.
Rena, it's not good to punch your friends to hide your embarrassment. Yeah, it is.
I didn't hit her. Whatever. Ugh.
I did not hit her.
I did not.
I did not. Thump! The thunderous beat of the drum echoed, silencing the crowd.
You must all be quiet. It's beginning.
It was a solemn ritual. Rika-chan entered dressed as a shrine maiden, followed by members of the municipal committee. The elders all looked at Rika-chan and clasped their hands in praise. The only thing allowed to disturb the profound silence was the flash from Tomitake-san's camera.
Extremely rude.
Extremely
rude.
What's the big thing Rika-chan is holding?
A hoe that's used for this festival. It's a sacred farming tool that only the shrine maiden may touch.
It was an awkward shape for a piece of farm equipment, not uncommon for something used in rituals. After reciting a Shinto prayer, Rika-chan approached the pile of futons gathered at the altar. She swung the hoe skillfully, plowing into the futons.
It'd be hard for a kid.
Yeah.
Really, really hard.
Each and every little movement of this performance probably had to be done in a certain way. Without a doubt, this was a ritual. What's next? Airing out futons?
She's purifying the futons, which sacrificially absorbed winter's illnesses for those using them.
So when Kei-chan said airing out futons, he wasn't completely wrong.
Rika-chan's face was already dripping with sweat. That hoe was probably really heavy. She staggered side to side with the momentum of each swing. Satoko looked on, silently lending her support. Worried?
Rika practiced every single day with a mochi hammer. She will certainly prevail.
Satoko's hands were sweaty, and whenever Rika-chan started to sway a little, she held her breath. Mom's spaghetti. Why wasn't Mion a candidate to be the shrine maiden? It feels wrong having Rika-chan swing around something so heavy.
I'll do it if they ask me, you know.
And I'd do it if they asked me, you know. And well, it's not something just anyone could do. That's true. Shrine maidens need to be pure after all. Gah! Mion drove her elbow into my side. With the thud of the big drum, Rika-chan gave a solemn bow and descended from the altar. That triggered a round of generous applause.
Yay!
Yay!
After the Shinto priests had raised up the cleansed futons like a portable altar, all the spectators stood up. Following after the priests, we all marched on at a moderate pace. They descended the shrine's giant stairs in a line. What's happening now? Washing the futons in the river?
Watanagashi means setting cotton adrift, you know?
Didn't they already establish that they were gonna do that? They told Keiichi this. Anyway.
That was in a tip.
Oh, that's right. The procession continued right up to the bank of the stream. The fire was stoked high and it was bright as day here too. People started crowding around it and clamoring.
Alright, get in line. Line up, Keiichi-kun.
I wondered what was up. Maybe we'd get some holy wine? Red and white bean buns?
Yum.
Mmm.
It's not food. Please don't eat it. I said it was cotton.
Ah, but of course, they didn't call it the Watanagashi for nothing. I finally understood. The municipal committee members pulled out the cotton from inside the futons and balled it up like mochi, handing it out to people. Rena drove into the line and brought out some for me as well. We then proceeded to the bank of the stream.
Since it's your first time, Keiichi-kun, just copy what I do. Hey, JM.
Hello. It's all good. I feel like things are starting to pick up now, so you came at a good time.
Yes, it's very solemn.
It's very cool. She held the cotton in her right hand and, waving her hand as if to purify it, she touched it to her forehead, chest, navel, and both thighs.
You do this 3 times and silently give thanks to Oyashiro-sama.
Oyashiro-sama? What's that? The name of the shrine's god?
It begins. Yes, it's the guardian deity of Hinamizawa. It brings about both miracles and curses. So you must be sure to show respect.
That sounded like a pretty frightening god, but, well, when in Rome, or Hinamizawa,
In Japan.
we're in Japan. I was officially a resident of Hinamizawa now, after all. Doing as Rena showed me, I touched the cotton over myself 3 times. Thank you, Oyashiro-sama. Thank you, Oyashiro-sama. Thank you, Oyashiro-sama.
This way, all the evil that possesses you is sucked out by the cotton. Then you gently let it drift away in the stream, and you're done.
What a neat ritual. Together, Rena and I set our pieces of cotton afloat on the surface of the water. The flowers of cotton blooming in the water had sucked out all the bad illnesses from Hinamizawa and drifted off, disappearing into the distance. It was wonderful, like those floating lantern festivals I'd seen on TV. The best part, though, was feeling like this rite of passage had made me a true resident of Hinamizawa. The initiation. Oh.
Oh, shit.
Oh. Oh, you set an alarm to come here? That's so nice.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. At first, I was a bit anxious. Hurting someone was something I never even considered. Nevertheless, the anxiety then gave place to loneliness, doubt, and more. And then that wicked, murderous intent eventually took control of my mind. Uh-oh. The boy took the first step towards an unrecoverable daily life, not even realizing that he was walking into the abyss. Onikakoshi. A tragedy born from the desire to believe. Are those tears of repentance or tears of resentment? Oh. While staring off into the stream, I somehow got separated from Rena. I wasn't very lonely, though. I know this place now. This is where I live. My home. It's probably better if I just stay here instead of wandering around aimlessly. Someone would surely find me while I was enjoying the evening breeze. I heard a familiar voice. It was Tomitake-san's. I headed towards it. How did it go, Tomitake-san? Were you able to get some good shots? Were you, Tomitake?
I apologize.
You're
Cut
good.
out a little bit.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, fortunately.
Tomitake-san was with a girl. Felt a little like I was intruding. Oh, Can I?
Here you go. Voice this woman.
I want to voice her. How was it, Keiichi-kun? Did you enjoy the festival?
From the way she spoke, it seemed like she was a resident of Hinamizawa. I really should try harder to remember people's faces here. What was her name? Well, it was fun. My face must have given away how desperately I was trying to remember her name because she gave a light-hearted chuckle.
It's probably because it hasn't been long since you moved here. It's pretty hard to believe, seeing how friendly you've gotten with the other kids.
If that's how it looked, it was probably all thanks to Rena and Mion.
Perhaps you feel more like a resident of Hinamizawa after taking part in the festival today.
I wonder about that.
Oh, that's not like you.
I had tried to get used to Hinamizawa, but there were still plenty of things I didn't know. The faces of people I'd met, for example, things that had happened in the past as well. Oh,
Feeling left out because of something like that?
oh, thank you for the dog residue, Cal.
You're welcome.
It's not so much as feeling left out, it's just I'm not sure how to say it. That incident at the dam construction site, the fighting over it and other conflicts, a terrible incident they pretended they didn't even know about whenever I brought it up. Even though it was in the past, as someone living in Hinamizawa, it wasn't wrong to want to know about both the good and the bad that had happened here.
If it will put you at ease, then I'll tell you everything I know.
Tomitake-san's smile made me more relieved than I've ever been. It was hard to think of what to ask when someone said, "Ask me anything," though. Even when there was so much I wanted to ask. Then, could you tell me about what happened when the dam was being constructed? There was a big incident where Hinamizawa was going to be submerged, right?
I think the locals would be more knowledgeable about the dam than I am. Well, if you don't mind, I'll tell you what I know. It's only what I read in the newspaper, though.
Tomitake-san's eyes entered an unfocused gaze as he searched through his memory. Then he spoke. There you go. Okay.
The decision to start the dam project was finalized 7 or 8 years ago. I heard it was the next largest project after the one in Kodobe.
Oh. There were 3 major issues in Japan at the time. Improving inter-island transportation infrastructure, meeting the higher demand for electricity, and flood control. There was a boom of dam building due to the massive economic stimulus they provided on top of generating electricity and flood control. Hinamizawa had the right conditions to support dam construction, so it was singled out.
The dam reservoir would have covered quite a lot of ground when it was completed. The entire area, right up to Yagauchi, was way upstream, would be underwater.
But why did they have to pick a populated area like Hinamizawa? Couldn't they have instead picked a place where nobody lived?
I'm not really sure why, but I heard it was just the right terrain for building a dam.
Of course, there were protests here in Hinamizawa. Rika-chan had said they had fought. From that choice of words, I had to guess things had turned violent.
There was a trial, and it was even brought up before the National Diet. It was covered in the Tokyo newspapers, too.
Mion had told me all about that as well. I'm sure every resident of Hinamizawa had united to fight together. The feeling of solidarity found here, which could not be expressed properly with mere words, was likely brought about by that battle.
Hello, Fabrics FF.
Hello.
As a result, bribery and scandals were brought to light. As things got more and more complicated, they eventually halted construction.
If I wanted to know, now was my only chance to ask. It was certainly a bizarre incident that boys my age would be curious about. I felt a little shame from the fact I was petty enough to have my curiosity piqued by Rena and Mion's refusal to talk about the event. But I figured I might as well ask since I had the chance, just so I would stop thinking about it so much. So there was a dismemberment, right?
There was. I happened to be here in Hinamizawa at the time, so I remember it well.
Tomitake-san's answer was nonchalant in contrast to my hesitantly forced-out question.
It was about this time 4 years ago. It was the day of the Watanagashi, if I recall correctly.
Debate on whether to continue construction on the dam was in disarray. Scandal after scandal rocked the project near the end. The incident that was the final nail in the coffin for the dam project. A fight at the dam construction site ended in the victim being murdered. Fearing prosecution, the 6 assailants divided the remains into 6 pieces and each hid one. 5 of the 6 criminals turned themselves in out of guilt, but one was still on the run. The right arm he'd hidden had yet to be found. The major details lined up with what was in the tabloid I'd read earlier. It certainly was a tragic incident, but it wasn't so terrible that Rena and Mion needed to hide it from me. I guess they didn't want someone who just moved here to have a negative impression of Hinamizawa. Felt grateful for having friends who worried so much about me, as well as shame for still being so interested in it.
It was near the end of all the trouble with the dam, you see. So everyone was saying that it was Oyashiro-sama's curse.
Oyashiro-sama's curse, huh? Oyashiro-sama was the name of the god at the shrine that held the festival today, if I recalled correctly. I see. Their guardian deity rained divine punishment down on the evil dam construction for trying to flood Hinamizawa. Oh, yay, CG! Yay, CG with different art.
Oh, this is me.
You go ahead.
So there's... Obviously, the original sprites have certain problems with them when looked at with a critical eye.
Oh yeah.
However, Tomatake's OG sprite makes him really cute and pudgy. He's my exact type of man. Every other sprite in CG after Ryukishi's original art makes him really built and chiseled, and it upsets me. It upsets me so much.
Yeah.
Where's his pudge? Where's his belly? This is an affront to me, personally.
Yeah, bring him back his belly. God damn it. Let me read for woman.
Apparently, the younger ones didn't think so, but it seems the elderly in the village never doubted that it was Oyashiro-sama's curse.
The woman with Tomitake-san chuckled mischievously. Tomitake-san began laughing with her. It was so infectious, I ended up laughing as well.
But I wonder about now. There are quite a few, I think, amongst the youth, too.
A few what?
People who believe in Oyashiro-sama's curse.
The woman's lips were still curled into a smile, but her expression turned stern.
Then after that, it continued every year. Always around this time.
Continued? What continued? The dismemberment! Tomitake-san paused for a second as if to build up some suspense, then he whispered to me, as if someone might have been listening.
Every year, on the day of the Watanagashi,
Yeah?
somebody dies.
Oh, shit!
The year following the dismemberment, on the day of the Watanagashi, a man from Hinamizawa who had supported the dam fell off a cliff overlooking some rapids and died while he was on vacation. Speaking of his wife, unfortunately, her body was also never recovered.
He supported the dam construction even though he lived in Hinamizawa. At the time, there were whispers amongst the elderly saying it was
God, I can't say this. Oyashiro-sama's curse. The woman chuckled mischievously again.
Then the next year, the night of the Watanagashi, the shrine's Shinto priest died suddenly from an unknown illness. His wife drowned herself in the bog that night.
The shrine's Shinto priest? You mean he was from the shrine here? The woman nodded.
There was a rumor amongst the villagers that they weren't able to quell Oyashiro-sama's anger.
Then the year after that, again on the night of the Watanagashi, they discovered the battered body of a local housewife.
Housewife? Up until now, all these mysterious deaths were people involved with the dam who had connections with Oyashiro-sama. With that in mind, could the housewife have been involved in some way too?
Exactly.
The woman stated slyly. No, it was more menacingly. Meanwhile, I'm over here saying, exactly. Anyway.
You couldn't have known, it's fine.
It's fine. The victim's family, you see, happened to be that of the younger brother of the dam supporter who fell to his death 2 years before.
The younger brother is still alive, it seems. But it did bother him quite a bit, so he moved to the neighboring town.
For a while, I stood there with my mouth agape. The battle over the dam construction with Hinamizawa's future at stake, and the murder at the center of it all. That was all I knew, and that was all I wanted to ask about. But that wasn't all there was to the story. Homicide, body disposal, accidental deaths, terminal illness, suicide, fatal beatings. I'm a pretty level-headed person. I don't really want to believe in curses, but the freakish deaths happened every year on the day of the Watanagashi, and all of them were related to the dam construction. It was easy to dismiss each of them as coincidences by themselves. Well, when you put them all together, dismissing all of them as coincidence would then defy logic. I don't believe in curses, but every single year on the day of the Watanagashi, somebody or something makes it happen without fail? The woman chuckled again, as if she picked up on what I was thinking. Felt like she was saying, maybe there was. Maybe we frightened him. Stuff like that. I felt embarrassed at being read so easily. I pressed Tomitake-san to continue, a bit of impatience and irritation in my tone. Yay! Good art.
Return the pudge.
Return that pudge. You just got a little bit pudge. Then? So someone died the next year, right? Who was it that time?
I wonder. Who do you think, Keiichi-kun?
The hell? The way he said it didn't agree with me. The sarcastic tone ticked me off. Don't avoid the question. I'm serious here.
Hey, calm down, Keiichi-kun.
I realized when she tried to calm me down that I had been panicking.
We aren't trying to avoid the question, Keiichi-kun. It's just, when you say the next year, that's...
This year?
That's today.
When Tomitake-san hesitated to say it, she finished for him. I broke into a cold sweat. I really didn't like the direction this was headed.
Nobody wants to speak of it, but they all think it's going to happen again tonight.
The festival was so cheerful, though.
Well, the victim last year, the housewife, she was a non-believer. It turns out she didn't even attend the Watanagashi festival.
There was a rumor going around that if you didn't participate in the festival, you would incur Hayoshida-sama's wrath. Didn't you hear anything about this, Keiichi-kun?
I never even heard a whisper of that rumor. And the reason everyone was at the festival was they were afraid of the curse?
I figured that must have been the reason. There were a lot more people at the Watanagashi than usual.
I guess everyone was just afraid, after all,
of Oyashiro-sama's curse. I couldn't utter a single word. Woman's sprite is so good. Yeah.
Well, she does get a name later, by the way.
I am sure her art is too good to just be like, her name is Woman. Where we've made progress in all scientific fields, shedding light on the unknown and misunderstood, where black and white television has been eradicated and we've sent men to the moon, even with all our accomplishments. This can exist in modern society.
Tons of invitations were sent out to neighboring towns' youth groups to help pad the numbers, but after that string of events, few decided to join. The municipal committee members were complaining about how hard it was to gather participants.
Also, the police are treating each case as isolated. They don't believe they're connected. But apparently they've sent quite a few plainclothes officers for security.
It finally began to dawn on me why Rena and Mion were reluctant to talk. If nothing happened during this Watanagashi, everything would have been over with, and I'd be none the wiser. If nothing happened, all would be well. In that case, it would all end up being just crazy talk. I should have just pretended like I knew nothing from the beginning. Then they wouldn't have had to act like nothing happened, and we would have all gotten back to life as usual.
Maybe it was just too much for him after all.
The woman ran her fingers through her hair as she sighed. No, it wasn't, not at all. I tried to act strong, but that just served to emphasize how much the information had unsettled me. After seeing how I looked, Tomitake-san appeared to regret saying anything. Letting out a sigh, he then spoke, forcing an awkward, upbeat demeanor.
Keiichi-kun, surely you don't believe in such things as curses.
Well, no.
If the causes of all the crimes were unknown, with the perpetrators and their methods all mysteries, then I'd concede the possibility of a curse. But that's not how things are in reality. Police investigations have already uncovered the truth and perpetrators for all of the cases.
Hearing him say police made me feel a lot better.
Not me.
Not me. It was perfect for repelling the word curse. No.
I think that there should be more curses in the world if it means less police people.
Yeah. Oh.
The first one, the dismemberment, for example, I told you, didn't I? AVAB. All
Curse. I think that was a typo.
true. What if curse the police? Not enough, we have to kill them. All but one of the perpetrators was arrested. It's only a matter of time for the last one. The motive turned out to have been an argument they had while intoxicated.
That's no curse. Don't you agree? Oh, was that Tomitake?
I think that was meant to be either Tomitake or the woman, and it just didn't,
Have the name anyway.
yeah.
Yeah. That was true. If it didn't happen on the day of the Watanagashi, then I wouldn't think it was related to the curse at all.
The accidental deaths of the couple who supported the dam is the same. He was in a position that made others hate him. Police made a point of investigating from that angle. They concluded it was an accident. No foul play.
But they both happened on the day of the festival, right?
Just think about it, Keiichi-kun. Do you think people with a lot of enemies here in Hinamizawa could participate easily in a local festival? It would be especially hard for them to be around during the Watanagashi.
Sorry, I
So they
clicked through
probably-
too fast. Ah,
You're
anyway.
okay, fast reader. So they probably left Hinamizawa intentionally around this time of year to travel, don't you think?
It wasn't a very clear explanation, but I sort of understood what Tomitake-san was getting at. So I pressed on earnestly, asking more questions so that I could convince myself. Then Tomitake-san, what... I keep saying san. What about the priest who died after that? The one with the-
Tomitake-sans.
Tomitake-san. What about the priest who died after that? The one with the unknown illness. That also happened on the day of the festival.
It's even easier to explain what happened to the Shinto priest. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, everybody.
I'm sorry. That's why I was laughing.
The Watanagashi is a really big event that happens once a year. It was probably from all the built-up stress. Or it may have been because of a pre-existing condition, like COVID. Just kidding.
Just kidding. But it was an unknown illness. It's hard to believe such a thing could exist with all our advances in medicine.
It's just an exaggeration. Rumors making rumors. Anyone would get worked up over having incidents happen 2 years in a row. The sudden death is quite unnatural, though. Of course, the police ordered an autopsy because of the strange way he died. But there wasn't enough for them to open a full investigation, you know. Turns out it was just a sudden death due to illness.
The priest's wife committed suicide, correct? What about that?
I believe I already explained that. Everyone was shaken up by the incidents happening for a third year.
No, stealth intel. I think that's children in the background of cows.
I apologize.
No, it's fine. Stealth thinks it's a cat.
They have a bouncy castle outside today. I guess someone's having a party. They had a barbecue out earlier. I'd closed the window, but it's too warm.
It's fine. It's fine. I just think it's funny that they thought it was a cat. It was not
I wish
Sasha.
it was.
Okay, there's like one more sentence to that.
Those who were strong of faith were quick to believe it was the work of the curse. Of course, that included the priest's wife. Apparently, they found a suicide note that said something like, "My death will quell Oyashiro-sama's anger, ooh!"
Well, then, how about the next incident with the housewife? That happened on the day of the Watanagashi, too.
The perpetrator's already been caught and the case has been closed. Turns out it was just some nutjob trying to continue the legacy of the Hinamizawa curse.
Then, how about the incident the next year? Oh yeah, this year is the next year. You're talking in circles now, Keiichi. Tomitake-san gave a hearty laugh. That's cool.
Nothing will happen. Not this year. There was never a curse to begin with. It's just that a group of people believed it the explanation for a string of coincidences.
My internal computer finally got itself back on track. I felt a bit embarrassed by how childish I'd become after losing control and panicking.
I can see very clearly now that Keiichi-kun really does love Hinamizawa. Even if Oyashiro's... No, I can't say it.
I'm sorry.
Even if Oyashiro-sama's curse actually did exist, I can't imagine that Keiichi-kun will become a target.
It's so hard to like say Japanese words within like speaking English sometimes.
For sure.
Like if you're just speaking Japanese, you can just go into Japanese mode and speak Japanese. But when it's within English and I'm in English mode, I'm like, rah!
Yeah.
Anyway.
I don't speak any Japanese and suddenly I gotta fucking break out the Oyashiro-sama's curse? No.
I felt very relieved. I should probably just forget everything I heard tonight. I'll greet Rena and Mion tomorrow with the same smile as always. They'd probably also like tonight to end without incident, so they can continue on tomorrow without having worried me. Perhaps seeing my change in attitude. The woman who had been listening to the inn stretched as she got up from the rock she was sitting on.
Well then, I should be getting back.
Thank goodness. I think I may have gone on a bit too long.
There were a few people compared to the crowd from before. I could only make out a few groups of families enjoying the cool evening air. I looked at my watch. It seemed we'd talked for the better part of an hour.
Didn't you come along with your friends, Keiichi-kun? Not going to look for them?
Oh yeah, they might all be looking for me.
You're quite the scoundrel, making the girls look for you.
Quite the scoundrel.
See you,
I don't know why I
Keiichi-kun.
said it like that.
Have a nice night.
You too, Jiro-san. I'll see you a bit later.
Tomitake-san seems to be quite the scoundrel himself, so his name is Jiro.
Jiro Tomitake.
Jiro. After dusting off her backside, she disappeared into the crowd of people still busy cleaning up the shrine grounds. I want to know woman name. Oh, Rena.
Keiichi-kun! So sorry. It's time to come back to the bullshit.
Back to the anime bullshit.
In her place, Rena came coming over. I didn't read it properly. I could see all the others behind her. Speak of the devil. Because Rena's the devil.
My bad, Kei-chan. We got so caught up in our discussion.
I'd completely forgotten about while caught up in my own conversation, so we were even.
My, so Tomitake-san was with you. This works out perfectly.
We still need to settle the shooting gallery competition.
That's right. So I guess I'm gonna end up dead last.
Yep.
Sucks to suck, old man.
Sucks to suck. In the end, after my dramatic victory, Rika-chan was the last challenger, but there weren't many targets left. The ones remaining were all tiny and difficult to hit. She did take her time and aim, but all 3 shots completely missed. She was to end up sharing the loser's crown with Tomitake-san. However, she did her little meeping cry in front of the owner, and he turned to mush instantly. She was given a pack of gum as a consolation prize. Her methods were a bit audacious, but she did avoid, being the loser, rather magnificently.
Listen, I'd take free gum.
I would too. I had a ice cream man in my neighborhood when I was a kid who, if you went up, this felt terrible. Like, I did it once because a friend told me you could do it. If you go up to the ice cream man and say you don't have any money, he'll just give you bubble gum. And I was like, oh, that's sweet, but I do have money. I don't want to do that. That's rude. Anyway, come to think of it, Rika-chan is quite the trickster.
I have no idea what Keiichi is talking about. Now then, it's decided that Tomitake-san is dead last.
Everyone cheered and applauded. Tomitake-san smiled wryly, slightly bewildered. So, Tomitake-san, are you ready? Penalty time. What are you gonna do to this poor man?
Huh? Oh, I completely forgot about that.
You're too naive, Tomitake-san. This is why you've got to avoid losing in our club. Mion pulled a felt-tip marker from her pocket. Oh, it's that. Show him some mercy, Mion. At least use a washable marker. At least. At least.
At least.
A permanent one is too
Tell
harsh.
him a house.
Tell him a house.
It just has to be permanent. Water-based marker would come off in the laundry.
Whoa, what is this? Please take it easy on me.
All of us pinned his arms behind his back, and Mion approached him with the marker in one hand.
And squip, squip, squip.
And she didn't write on Tomitake-san's face. She wrote on the shirt he was wearing. The shirt that is black and you wouldn't be able to see shit.
Night, DJ Group Hug.
Good night. You'd better have your big break this year. Rena took up the marker next. Show me your photos next time, okay? It was a little heartwarming. I just had to laugh. Eepy deepy.
This is more like a farewell card than a penalty. I'm not a sock to the rest. I'm gonna write a swear.
I'm gonna write fuck.
I'll make sure this is a proper penalty.
Ha! Dead last, Satoko. Try harder next time, Rika. Oh,
Weakling.
I accidentally right-clicked.
Here you go, Keiichi-san.
What are we gonna write? I couldn't decide what to write, but based on what kind of penalty this was probably the most appropriate. Come back and play again, Keiichi. These are, like, kind of sweet. Tomitake-san was silent the entire time. At first he was quite bewildered, but now he had a different look on his face.
So I have to wear this all the way back to Tokyo as part of the penalty?
Of course. You'd better wear it all the way home.
You could wear it when you come back. Yeah, that would be nice.
He appeared deeply moved. Embarrassment mixed with a wealth of other emotions made him turn a bright red.
Understood. I'll wear this the next time I come here. I promise.
Everyone cheered and applauded. It was the finest parting gift possible for a buddy heading out tonight. I saw the woman who was with Tomitake-san standing near the festival grounds. It seemed Tomitake-san noticed her too, and knew it was time to leave.
Seems like your guest is waiting. Isn't it about time?
Yeah, that's certainly how it seems.
Tomitake-san headed off towards her and seemed to apologize for making her wait. We all shouted stuff at Tomitake-san. Each time we did, he looked back and waved his hand. Eventually, he faded into the darkness of the night out of sight, and we never saw him again. It was quite the casual farewell. This wasn't the first time any of us had seen someone off. They had done the same thing many times before.
He's gone.
He's gonna die. Well, it's about time we take off too. Rika-chan had to stay behind with the other committee members since they were having a meeting. Satoko was tagging along with her. I headed back home with the usual suspects. God, I have just such a random craving for sushi, but specifically sashimi. And I'm just like, God, I want that raw fish. Fuck.
You gotta.
I gotta have that raw fish. The walk back was quite lively with talk of the day's war stories. Should have done this, should have done that kind of stuff.
I caught a fish and it was this big.
And then I will eat it. Because I want it really bad. Rena and I parted ways.
I want sashimi real bad.
I want to be a cat and eat raw fish. Anyway, Rena and I parted ways with Mion, and then it was just the two of us. Then we got to my house, and I parted ways with Rena as well. It's already pretty late. Are you all right by yourself? I don't like seeing her in the night.
I'm perfectly fine. It's close. I'm gonna run too.
If you run into some weirdo, just yell.
If I do shout, will you come and save me, maybe? Maybe?
If I hear you.
Oh, okay. I'll scream loud enough so you can hear me.
Boop.
Just for fun.
Merrily spinning her arms around at high speed, Rena dashed off. She was fine. In that mode, not even an adult could stand against her. Rena's cheerful presence disappeared, and it finally became quiet again. The curse that not a soul mentioned, even under their breath. The more I learned about it tonight, the more unsettling it became. It didn't show on any of their faces, but they were probably all quite concerned about it as well. But if nothing happens tonight, then it all ends up being just crazy talk. Nothing will happen. Nothing bad. Nothing at all.
What's wrong, Keiichi? Why are you standing in place like that? Come inside, you'll catch a cold.
It was my mom. Did you go, Mom? To the Watanagashi festival?
In the end, your father didn't wake up. So I missed it.
Oh no! Who's gonna die, my dad or my mom?
A little disappointing.
Mom stuck her tongue out with a bit of an embarrassed look on her face. Oh. Oh no! Chat, place your bets. Unless you already know, don't tell me. Place your bets. Who's gonna die, Mom or Dad? Or neither.
Maybe this is a good time for a break and then we can put up a poll. Who's gonna die?
Yeah, that would be good.
We have a lot here.
We do. Oh.
So maybe we should do the tips and then we can go on it.
Okay, yeah, let's do the tips and then I will... Okay, I could also put up the poll now. Let's view new tips. Or I'll do it after the tips. Oh, good lord. These all look important.
Yeah, they are.
Oh,
they are.
Right. Hojo. Couples falling incident. Let's go. My bet is on Keiichi. I don't know if he's gonna die. He's the protagonist. From the June 1980.
Something that you can put together now, so I'll give it a mention.
Yeah?
What's Satoko's second name?
Uh-oh. I don't know.
We said it once in her intro.
Uh-oh.
Her second name is Hojo.
Oh. Okay. All right. So Satoko Hojo. Okay, yeah. All right, I remember that because I made a Hojo joke from
Yes,
Final
you
Fantasy
did.
VII. Hojo Jojo from the June 1980 edition. On the afternoon of blank at 2 p.m., office employee blank and his wife blank of Hinamizawa Village in Shishibone Prefecture disappeared after falling 27 meters from the observatory platform in Shirakawa Prefecture.
It's so far.
Yeah. Police and firefighters searched downstream and discovered the body of Blank at around 7 p.m. that evening. His wife Blank has yet to be found. The search has run into difficulties due to the effects of Typhoon 3 from the previous day. It appeared a railing at the observatory that the Blanks leaned on had broken, causing them to fall. The groundskeeping staff was questioned by the police in regards to facility deterioration and if park maintenance was performed properly. Okay, so was that Satoko's family? Parents?
I don't know, I never played this game before.
Oh, god damn it, that was Satoko's parents. Terminal illness death of Shinto priest Furude. Okay.
Furude. Like Rika Furude.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Okay, so Shinto priest. What is your relation to Rika? We're gonna figure that out, maybe. From the June 1981 edition. On the afternoon of blank around 10 p.m. in the blank district of Hinamizawa Village in Shishibone Prefecture, the Shinto priest of the Furude Shrine passed away after an existing condition he was recovering from suddenly worsened. Parties close to the deceased said he was suffering from anxiety issues concerning the festival, which was to be held that day. Also, after Blank's death, his wife Blank went missing, leaving behind a farewell note. Okay, so those were Rika's parents or grandparents, maybe. The police and local youth association continued the search. However, given the presence of the farewell message and the fact that Onigafuchi Swamp is said to be bottomless, they have run into difficulties. Okay.
Can't imagine trying to find the body of someone in like a really deep swamp. I just don't think, especially back then, they'd have the technology.
Thinking about deep swamps and getting the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah,
Bodies
I
in
don't
deep
get
swamps.
freaked out about like deep water or stuff like that. Deep swamps and like peat bogs and shit drives me up the fucking wall, dog. It scares the shit out of me.
Oh, so spooky. It wasn't reported in the newspaper. Oh, the death of the housewife wasn't. Why did you show me a newspaper and go the housewife murder? What? Oh, that's fucked up and scary. Something about that fucks me up a little bit.
Since that wasn't in the newspaper, we can imagine that this is Keiichi, having heard all this from Tomitake-san, is now going through the papers.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Oh, okay, radio log. Let's go. I'm wearing my glasses for this stream, and my eyes tracking is pretty okay, so I'm happy about that.
This is Okinomiya Station, calling Unit 3. Unit 3, please respond.
This is Unit 3, loud and clear.
Oh, okay, can we switch, actually? Because I want to be this character.
Oh, sure, I'll be Okinomiya. Backup is heading your way. Hold position until further instructions. Over.
Roger. Unit 3 acknowledged.
Requesting no headlights. Requesting radio silence.
Station, the doctors arrived. They want to carry it away. What's the order? Over.
Acknowledged. Leave it to the doctor.
Affirmative. Understood. Backup has arrived. Shouldn't we let them take a photo first? I think the Vic is done for.
The Vic. Okay, cool. Alright, let's exit.
Alright, let's take a break.
Let's take a little.
There's some spooky shit. We're really in it now, friends.
We're in it. We're in it. Let me.
Are you excited? Are you happy?
I am happy. I am happy. Hang on. I'm happy we're finally here. Who's gonna die tonight? Keiichi's mom. Keiichi's dad. What was the dude's name? Tomitake?
Jiro Tomitake.
Okay. I'll just put Tomitake. We know him. Tomitake-san.
We do.
And one person said Keiichi.
Maybe.
And then
That wouldn't that be wild to kill the protagonist?
I'll also put other. If you feel particularly strong about this, you can vote with your spoons. Or if you want to save your spoons for sound alerts, you can also do that. But I'm going to start the poll. If you don't see the poll, it should work in mobile. It should work on desktop. If you don't see the poll, you can refresh. It's at the top of the chat. I know a few people have had issues. But you can pick other if you don't think anybody's going to die. But also, let's do a break. A little break.
Yeah.
Go. There we go. All right. I'm gonna play a song. What
Play a
song should I
song.
play?
You should
Love
play. Oh, got it.
What were you gonna say?
Doesn't matter because you've
Doesn't-
already chosen.
I was just picking through my Silent Hill playlist. But I'll play Love Psalm, and by the time that's over, the poll should be over, and we should be back. All right.
Yeah.
BRB. How are we feeling, fellas? Gamers. Other one with 36 votes. Gracie contributed 3,200 channel points. Awesome. Other as in who? Now I'm curious. Also, I'm gonna undeafen so I can hear Cal. Howdy, I'm back. I don't know if you
As
are.
am I.
Cool. Other one with 36
I
votes.
see that.
Split between two options. I see. I see. I see. I voted Tomatake. I feel like that would make the most sense personally. But it could be someone else. I don't know who else. But
At random, because I know the answer.
yeah. Well, let's continue.
Let's.
I gotta go back to the scene. There we go. Alright. I knew I was forgetting something. Anyway, let's continue. Continue. Continue? Ready to read some more. Mion.
Good morning. Nice job yesterday, Kei-chan.
You didn't do so badly yourself, Mion. Yesterday was fun.
Rewarded for the right choice. The reward is the satisfaction.
No, I didn't do a prediction because, like, what if it was other, and that would be lame.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Oh, that's right. Keiji-kun, thank you very much. From Mr. Bear.
I'm glad you like it. Don't use it as a pincushion, though. Yeah,
I
you would.
wouldn't.
Yeah, you would. Yeah, you would.
No.
Also,
No.
hey, Eris, you made it. I just noticed you in the chat. I'm glad you made it. Yay! All right. I thought that said shit, but it says still. Still chatting happily, we entered the classroom. But the moment I stepped into the room, a splashing sound and a nasty sensation. It was a bucket filled to the brim with water. And
Hell for the classic.
unfortunately, my foot stepped right into it. Yay! Penis music! Yeah!
My now, how diligent of you to mop the floor this morning.
Clump, 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 foot.
Ah! Keiji-san flicked my forehead.
You should set a more brutal trap next time.
Kill him.
Kill him.
Seeing that, Rena began to swoon as Mion looked on in disbelief. Everything was the same as always. Everybody was there and nothing felt out of place. The uncertainties I'd had in the back of my mind since yesterday had vanished. Don't let your guard down!
What is it, Keiji-kun? Didn't get enough sleep, maybe? Maybe?
I slept like a log, but if you want, I'll do a reenactment during class.
You shouldn't do that.
Mion alerted us that the teacher was coming, so everyone shuffled off to their seats.
Here we go. Teacher sprite.
Teacher? Can I be teacher?
You can be Chie. Her personality trait is that she is a direct copy and reference to a character from another visual novel, and that she likes curry.
Oh my god,
That's
she's
her
me.
personality.
She's just like me for real. Holy shit. I need to figure out a different anime woman voice. Can I do like sultry? Would that be weird?
I think if you're gonna do another anime woman voice, you should give sultry to woman, and you should give the other voice to Chie. I think
Okay,
that
I'll do
each of them
sultry
better.
for woman. All right. This
I
is
mean, it's up to you. You don't have to.
I'll switch it up. I'll do the high anime voice. That's basically Rika, but different.
Good morning, everyone. So yesterday was the festival. Thank you to— Oh, shit, Gracie.
Oh shit.
Oh shit! Thank you for the 5 gift subs. Because it's a curry stream now, so we gotta do.
Chie appears. It's a curry stream.
Yeah, thank you so much, Gracie. Appreciate that.
So yesterday was the festival. Thank you to all the people who stayed until the very end to help clean up.
We were all slackers, so none of us actually helped clean up. Actually, I had a feeling that the only thing we did was run around the festival and cause a ruckus.
Okay then, this time of year, you might see some people here from out of town doing interviews about the festival for magazines.
I thought it was the usual stuff, so I was going to tune it out, but then I noticed the different tone in her voice and started paying attention.
You may be asked questions. Please don't say anything silly or something that could be taken the wrong way. Do you understand?
In unison, everyone replied, "Yes, ma'am." What she'd said was really vague, but I understood what she was trying to say. After all, this was the 5th year. There were probably lots of third-rate reporters pouring in, hoping something regarding the curse had happened. It did nothing but perpetuate the village's bad image. She was saying, "Don't spout stupid shit you think is funny." And now, I was one of the ones who needed to keep their mouths shut. Found it rather cute how I felt a sense of unity from such a trite thing, if I do say so myself. Hype. Hype for the curry woman.
Chie, best character.
Awesome.
I'm pretty sure she did win, like, an early popularity poll.
Oh my god, that's
Just
cute.
for the fact that she's a teacher and she likes curry.
Perfect personality. I was summoned to club activities after school. Since everybody was still pretty tired from yesterday, we just spent the day relaxing. Yeah, that wasn't happening. Soup! Sorry.
Today, let's play a classic game of deduction. How about this one?
Oh, a game from overseas. Looks interesting.
Curry soup.
Curry and soup.
The instructions are in English, but the rules don't seem that hard. I won't lose, you hear?
I'm not too bad at this game.
It seemed that Rena didn't handle this kind of game very well.
The rules are the person who can match the murderer, weapon, and the scene of the crime wins.
It's Clue.
There were 3 kinds of cards, comprised of suspects, weapons, and locations. Oh, cool. I could see that the names Mion and Rico were written on the suspect cards. Oh, a card with my name on it as well. There are plenty of different weapons, too, like knives, axes, and poison. This isn't topical to the actual story at all. The locations are pretty nice, too, like the living room, the study, and the courtyard.
So basically, you take out one of each of the cards. These are the answer cards. So we shuffle the remaining cards and hand them out. We ask each other about the cards and figure out the right ones.
Did you know that in the UK, in Europe, maybe just the UK,
called Cluedo?
Clue is called Cluedo? Yeah.
Why is it called Cluedo? I've always wondered that.
I don't know. It's always just been Cluedo to me.
Because it's not cool enough of a name when it's just Clue. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't fucking know. I love Clue. That's probably my favorite like kids
I-
board game.
I've only played Cluedo or Clue maybe like 3 times in my life, and it's been a very long time since.
It's
but
like-
I remember liking it.
It's like baby's first like deduction game.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
I love it so much. But oh man, I see. So the cards nobody has are the true perpetrators.
Then you raise your hand if you know the answer.
The game ends and we check if the answer is correct.
If you're right, then you get a point.
If you're wrong, then you lose a point. Since the game ends even if no one gets it right, all the cards are gathered up and redistributed.
You'll learn as you go.
Satuko, you should be in
really
front.
have to use your brain.
Oh,
But I'm hiding.
no.
You'll get confused if you don't take notes.
Oh, that's me. I'm sorry, I was reading chat. The rest you can figure out by playing. So, Mion, what's the penalty this time? Everyone directed their attention to Mion.
Yes.
Let's see. We're all still a little tired from yesterday, so maybe we'll take it easy with a gopher penalty. You'll be asked to rush out and buy stuff for everyone.
That's a pretty heavy penalty if you don't have money.
Yeah. So just being asked to go buy stuff like drinks and candy, I guess.
I feel like the penalty today is pretty simple.
I wonder, is it really?
I'm 8 years old and I don't have money.
Is Katie-san thinking what I'm thinking?
Yeah, you don't know what you'll have to go buy. I'm betting Mion would send out whoever loses to buy stuff like hemorrhoid cream or happy family planning manual or other crazy stuff. The cards were lightly shuffled and passed out to each player. The real perpetrator, the correct weapon, and the scene of the murder have been taken out, so that means all the cards I have in my hand are innocent cards.
Then, I'll go first since I'm the club president, I guess.
Then
Well then,
Mion, knife, study. You pick one suspect, weapon, and murder scene and ask the other players. If you have any of those cards, then you must say, I have one. However, you don't need to say which one you have. Yeah, I got it.
Me too.
Me too.
I have one.
Oh my, all of them are here.
3 people answered when she asked if they had Mion, Knife, and Study. So that means that Mion and Knife and Study are all in the clear. Got to jot that down.
Then I'll go. Rena, Axe, Lounge.
Only 2 people said they had one. So it means, out of Rena, Axe, and Lounge, one of them is correct and is part of the crime? No, wait, even if they say they have one, they don't have to say how many. It's possible that either Satoko or Rika-chan has 2 of the cards.
Well, Kei-chan is next. Go ahead.
Oh wait, just a little... Still sorting things out. The game has me thinking more than I thought. Oh man, this feels like it's going to be tough. Oh no.
Alright, now I have the criminal.
What? Already? Here I am spinning around in circles and Mion just now raises her hand.
The murderer is Rika-chan, in the infirmary with the poison. Well?
Mion drew the cards from the box and we checked to see if her deduction was right.
I was right.
I needed was one more hand. I couldn't tell whether it was poison or a pistol.
I'd never use a pistol. I like killing them slowly with poison.
Got it.
Rika-chan said such a hugely terrifying thing with such a sweet little face. Everyone was making a commotion about how they almost had it. Rena and I were left out in the cold, though.
How did you do, Keiichi-kun? I couldn't get it at all.
Don't worry, I had no idea either.
How can you both be so unsure? You'll both end up in last place together at this rate.
That's even worse. Going off buying something together as a couple. What if we ended up having to buy the Happy Family Planning Manual?
I'd be so concerned as a shop owner.
Me too.
I can tell from Keiichi's expression that he's not very good at this game.
What? That's not true. I'll show you the true power of Sherlock Mebata during the next round.
Keiichi, Sherlock is his second name. No, wait, no, it's not.
No.
Sherlock Holmes. I don't know why I thought his second name was Sherlock for a second there. My brain just collapsed.
Yeah. Hello, Aphronasia, bud. Hello.
My, that sounds just wonderful. I shall give you quite the thrashing.
Quite the thrashing.
After that, I managed to somewhat grasp the trick behind the game, but I was still always a step or 2 behind. I saw that Mion was somehow gleaning information from how the others were asking their questions. That level of experience was just too much. The only way I could stage a comeback was if I became ruthless. I tossed out the simple concept of deduction and switched over to the thought process needed to win. The important thing isn't to find out the criminal, it's to win at the game.
In the first episode, I said something along the lines of, like, Mion would love D&D. I'm retracting that now. These kids would fucking hate D&D, because the point is to follow the rules.
Yeah. No, they would love shit like One Night Ultimate Werewolf and Blood on the Clock Tower. They would be, like, maniacs at it.
They'd play one session of D&D and Sadako would be like, what do you mean I can't fucking cheat?
Eureka! Ah, sorry. Need to go to the bathroom.
Take your time and squeeze out a nice one.
Thanks, Mion.
Don't do that. Chan, that's gross.
I had them hold off the game and headed down the hall. The air was crisp. It showed just how stagnant the air in the classroom was from our body heat. On the school grounds, some of our classmates were still playing around. After spending some time cooling my head, Rena had made her way over toward me.
Keiichi-kun, did you call for me?
Yeah, I did. As I got up from my seat, I winked over at Rena. I'm glad it worked out. I don't want to waste much time, so I'll get right to the point. Rena, what's your record at this game we're playing today? She was taken aback. After a moment, she hesitantly opened her mouth.
Well, all losses. Why do you ask, I wonder?
I could tell from how apprehensively she was playing. The way things are going, I will as well. I can't figure out a way to pull off a last-minute comeback on this one.
So, I guess both of us will be taking the penalty?
Hey, don't accept defeat already. How about we win this? Both of us.
But how can we?
I brought my lips up to Rena's ear.
Omelette du fromage.
Omelette du fromage. I could just play the whisper from the room in Silent Hill 2. Which is just gibberish.
Is that what the fuck? Is that allowed?
Is that allowed? Is that allowed? Did you forget, Rena? The second rule of our society. Do everything in your power to obtain victory.
Yeah, I'll try my best.
Casey, hello.
Hello, Casey.
I need to. Okay, I told Cal this already, but last time we played, Rena kept saying things that made me go, "This reminds me so much of my friend." And then I messaged. That said friend was heart stitched in the chat, and I messaged her, and I was like, "Rena reminds me so much of you." And she was like, "Listen, I used to go by Rena," and I was like, "What?" Hello. Our plan of attack was quite rudimentary. One, at the beginning of the game, everyone would be focused on their own hand, for a while taking notes and whatnot. Since our seats were right next to each other, we'd reveal our hands to each other. If we did it under the desk, then nobody would know. We'd begin the game with twice as much information as everyone else. Having this much information would mean we'd need to investigate less. With this sort of plan of attack, we start off with a big lead over the other guys.
Yeah, with this we can probably win.
We both smirked at each other. If I was the shady businessman, then Rena was the corrupt senator. Pleasure doing business with you.
Then let's hurry back. We'll work as a duo to surprise everyone.
Hey now, there's no point if we go back together. It would be like flat out telling them we made a little arrangement.
Oh, sorry. Then what should we do?
Go back ahead of me, Rena. I'll take my time coming back after washing my face or something.
Okay, got it.
Rena turned around and headed back to the classroom. I guess I should wait a bit longer before going back. If I went too soon, it wouldn't seem like I went to the bathroom. If Mion or one of them suspected something, then there could be problems. Well, they'd figure it out sooner or later, because both Rena and I would start winning over and over again. Both Rena and I will have earned enough points to avoid being the losers by the time Mion realized what was happening. Excellent. Not bad at all. Oh! Scary.
Suddenly, Chie.
Suddenly, Chie. Anyway, that was a Little Shop of Horrors reference.
Yes, it was.
It
I'm
sure
very impressed,
was.
considering you're someone who hates musicals.
That's the one musical I really like. Anyway.
Meibara-kun, may I have a moment?
Huh. It's the teacher. Man, things were just getting good. What is it? I'm a bit...
You have a guest. Please make your way to the entrance.
A guest? It's not like I own a hotel.
They have been waiting. Please hurry.
Right before my big match was pretty bad timing to have a visitor, but the very fact that someone was here to see me was strange enough to pique my interest. I didn't want to waste any time, so I decided to take care of it quickly. Somebody here to tell me that somebody died in my home. The entryway was a heavy contrast from the hot sunlight and deep shadows. Oh, who are you? Waiting there, looking uncomfortably warm, was a middle-aged man, his tie sloppily loosened and his jacket tucked underneath his arm.
Here he is.
Is this you?
Are you Mayabara-san?
Oh, cool.
Keiichi Mayabara-san?
There was no question that he wasn't a resident of Hinamizawa, and that this was, without a doubt, the first time he had met me. Ever since I met Tomitake-san, it seemed I was fated to meet middle-aged men. That's right. Who might you be?
I have the AC on in my car. Let's talk there. It's a bit hot here, don't you think?
A little bit. It's summer. Check out that car. Cool. The man
I'd tell you what the make is, but I have no knowledge of cars.
Me too. I can't tell from this angle. The man, completely ignoring my question, pointed over to his car, parking near the gate, and began walking.
Don't call him Columbo. Columbo's so much better than this man.
Oh, I wish Columbo was in this game. You've got to be kidding me. I had no intention of going along with some geezer I didn't even know, and he was asking me to get in his car with him?
Yeah.
It's a little fucked up.
Uh-huh. I'm not going to bite.
You might.
Come on now.
He opened the back door of his car.
Might be a Honda Prelude? Damn, you got knowledge up in there.
Got knowledge. Back door of his car and called me over. It didn't look like an 80s car to me, I'll be real.
No. These pictures were taken in, 2002 when the game was made?
I didn't like this old man, but I wanted to know what this was about, even while knowing that conversations that start out like this have never led to anything good. Who's dead? Who's dead? We're gonna find out. The inside of his car was pretty cool. Cars with air conditioners were supposed to be a luxury. My dad didn't have one in his car, at least.
Please let me know if it's too cold for you, okay? I have a habit of cranking it all the way up.
So what business do you have with me, sir? Out of spite, I decided to ignore his remark in the same way he did to me, and start my own line of questioning. He pulled out a notepad from his pocket and took out a picture that was stuck between the pages. Oh no. On it was the face of a pretty goofy-looking guy.
If you know anything related to this individual, then please tell me.
Who the heck is this? I doubt even his close friends would be able to recognize who he was from this expressionless picture that looked like it was taken at the DMV. Oh!
There were scribbles on his shirt done in permanent marker.
Oh no, it was him! Starting with... Oh, that's you.
Starting with yours, Mayabara-san. And quite a few of your classmates signed as well.
Huh? Is this Tomitake-san? There's no hint of his usual unreliable and easygoing personality in this photo. It was an expressionless, half-asleep face.
Then do you know this woman?
Even before seeing it, I had a good idea of who it was. I don't remember her name, but she's some lady who was with Tomitake-san last night. I didn't know what her name was, but I did know she was a resident of Hinamizawa. Who did you vote for, Aerith? Oh, man. Go for it.
When was the last time you saw these two?
The night of the Watanagashi. We spoke. They seemed pretty close, I guess.
Did anything bother you about them? Anything is fine. Go ahead and say it.
Being asked for every little detail is very troubling, honestly. I had a pretty good idea of who this guy was by now. Did something happen to them? There was no response to my inquiry, thus I replied to that silence in kind. Gzoo! Meowdy. Hello? I was pretty sure, no, certain that this guy was a cop. Then why? Why was he asking about Tomitake-san? Did something happen to him? More importantly, why me? Shouldn't there have been plenty of other people who knew more about him than I did? The roar of the air conditioner felt unbearably loud. After a long pause, he finally spoke again.
You've moved here just recently. Isn't that right, Mayabara-san? Are you aware, I wonder, about the stories of Oyashiro-sama?
My heart began to race. I'm pretty terrible at hiding things. It probably showed on my face.
Not at all. If you don't, then that's fine.
Well, I have heard of it. Tomitake-san told me, actually.
How much do you know about it?
The dismemberment killing, the accidental death, the death by illness followed by suicide, and the lady who was beaten to death. The incidents that always happen the day of the Watanagashi, ending in suspicious deaths. I didn't think Tomitake-san would have kept anything from me. I think that was everything. No, rather, I didn't want to think there was anything more than that.
Mayabara-san, do you believe in the curse? Feel free to speak openly about it.
I don't believe in it. My answer was instant. It wasn't so much that I didn't believe in it as I was on the verge of believing. I wanted to clear away my own doubts. That was the more prominent feeling.
Really? Then that's great. Guess you really are one of those city-raised boys.
So what if I don't believe? I have friends waiting, so could you get to the point?
The man in this picture is dead.
Yay! We win! I won! I was right. See, my logic was it would make the most sense if he was the one who died because he gave you all of the information, so he has to die now. And also, everybody wrote their names on his shirt. And that was going to lead back to them.
Yeah, it's very much a big farewell moment.
Oh, yeah. Like, it was also a farewell moment, and also that was perfect evidence to lead back to them. So I was like, that's the most logical. Anyway. My mind went blank. Huh?
You recognize this music? This is a cicada noise.
No, there was like a it was like an ambience, like when
I'm just teasing.
It sounded like the Saint medallion in Silent Hill 4 to me, but that's obscure as fuck.
I feel like I could put on any sound and you'd link it back to Silent Hill.
I would,
somehow.
Yeah, but also Silent Hill 4 used a lot of stock sound, so
that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. What happened to Tomitake-san?
It would seem that he died last night.
How?
That was the night of the Watanagashi. Do you understand the implications behind that, Mayabara-san?
Implications? Not any for the cause of his death or the reasons behind it. The real problem is that he died on the day of the Watanagashi. Meaning, this year, the curse of Yashiro-sama had once again...
The death of Jiro Tomitake is still confidential, which is why I'm telling you, 16-year-old boy.
Yeah,
You can understand why that is, right?
I didn't want to understand why. Please tell me. Tell me what happened.
It was rather peculiar. It might be a little too graphic for someone born and raised in Hinamizawa.
It was a roundabout way of saying it, but it caused me to doubt whether or not I wanted to hear the rest. I would only regret forcing myself to learn of something I shouldn't, or at least that's how I figured I would feel if I listened to the rest.
One of our patrol cars discovered the body on the way back from security detail of the festival. It was late, about 5 till midnight. The location was, you know where the road into town becomes paved, right? Down past the slope on the shoulder, around there.
Oh, this is me. This is me. There were few streetlights on that road. Its pitch black darkness was only broken by the lights of passing cars and the moon.
Sorry, laughing at Jesus' message.
True. Crime podcast. Also, I hate to interrupt, but I saw Obscure 2 mentioned, and I wanted to bring this back up and say that if we raise $8,000, which is a steep thing during this fundraiser this month, I will play Obscure 2 with Taryn. Just saying. I hated Obscure, but you know what I hated more? I actually hated Downpour more than Obscure. So I have Homepour stream also on here, which is Homecoming and Downpour at the same time. Those are stretch goals that I do not expect to meet, which is why I put them on there.
With your help,
you can ruin my
day.
You can ruin my fucking life. Make me play Obscure 2 and Homecoming and Downpour at the same time. Yes,
Ludaki is in there. You can ruin Spoony's life even more.
No, I want to.
This whole list is amazing.
Just kidding. I don't want to make a Ludaki Makura. Nope. Just kidding. I do. But at the same time, it kind of makes me go, oh.
At the same time, it'd be out there.
It would be out there, and people would have it, and they would have it, and maybe.
And then they'd have it, and you don't know what they're gonna do with that thing.
I don't know what they're gonna do. I don't know. With your rich uncle's help. You can restore the Kenosha Theater today and also get a body pillow of me. Yes. Anyway, Jeff Bezos, if you're out there. Anyway,
Tomitake-san died.
Anyway.
Woman also is... Something happened to her, too. We don't have a confirmation of that yet.
Yet, it was a stroke of luck that Tomitake-san was spotted collapsed on the shoulder of the road. Tomitake-san was face down, covered in blood. Blood and muck covered the asphalt.
We thought it was a hit and run at first. But when the officer checked to see if he was still alive, he quickly noticed something abnormal.
Oh.
His throat had been ripped open.
Oh. From a knife or something? Oh.
No. Nails.
Oh. Nails. As in fingernails? You mean his neck was clawed through? Oh.
From the coroner's report, it was revealed that it was with his own nails.
Oh. What? What does that mean? Basically, it means it wasn't a murder, it was suicide. Oh, this music's cool. Tomitake-san, whatever was going through his mind, tore open his own throat. As hard as he could with his own nails. Tore through the skin until he started to bleed. And even then, Tomitake-san didn't stop. He continued clawing with enough intensity that it could have peeled off his nails. Still clawing. Still clawing. Then as his nails reached those vital arteries that you could never damage, he continued clawing. Then as his blood splattered on the ground around him. As he bled, while gasping for breath, he collapsed. His body spasmed, and he died in agony. Oh, shit.
We thought drugs were to blame, but nothing of that nature was detected.
I hope people could see me with my...
this is not Chris's...
Stop! Fuck! Theo, you're so good at the timing with that. But this... It was suicide? I've never heard of such a thing.
Yeah, for people who don't know much about people in the chat, you can't normally do that.
No.
Like, there's a
No.
lot that you can do to induce suicide in the human body, but there are certain things that your brain will stop you from doing. Like, you can't bite through your own finger because even though you have the jaw strength and the teeth strength, your brain will stop you.
Yeah. Yeah. God damn.
This shouldn't have happened.
This is fucked up. I love it. Anyway, this unnatural way of dying. If this wasn't a mysterious death, then what was? The way he died. In these 5 years, his death most resembled that of a curse, as if to show both myself and Tomitake-san, who proclaimed there was no such thing as a curse, that we were wrong.
There were a few more suspicious details. From his body chemistry, perspiration, epilation, and so on, we concluded that he was in a state of hysteria right before his death.
That was a given. It's hard to believe someone could be in a sound state of mind while clawing out their throat.
Wounds on his hands matched a discarded piece of lumber we found nearby. There are traces of where he struck trees and the guardrails with it. Tomitake-san's blood was found all over the place. Meaning
Meaning that while tearing at his own throat, he was swinging around a piece of lumber.
there were external injuries, which were not self-inflicted, discovered on Tomitake-san. There's a high possibility Tomitake-san was assaulted. The external injuries suggest there may be multiple suspects.
To summarize, Tomitake-san was surrounded and attacked. While wandering the night roads in a state of panic after being cornered, he picked up a piece of lumber and tried fighting back. Somewhere in there, he began madly tearing at his own throat, clawing at it. Then he died. The curse.
The presumed time of death was between 9 p.m. and 11 p.m., meaning it occurred right after you finished talking to Tomitake-san at the festival.
Oh, that's fucked up. Everyone signed Tomitake-san's shirt, then parted ways. Right after that, oh yeah, he should have been with a woman. What about her?
She's missing.
Oh,
And she hasn't returned home either.
oh.
There's a very high probability that she was involved in this incident.
Oh, no shit. For a while, I could only gaze off into space. I never would have thought that something unfortunate happening to somebody close to me could affect me this deeply. The time I had spent with Tomitake-san was short, but we went to the same festival, spent time together, and took part in the same competition. He was one of us.
We've been continuing the investigation on various fronts, but when it comes to Oyashiro-sama's curse, the villagers here aren't very cooperative.
That I knew well. I would have been none the wiser if not for Tomitake-san, the outsider, telling me. So that's why you came to me. Because I'm not originally from Hinamizawa. I should have been angry that that was the reason he wanted to hear what happened from me.
If things go the way they have been, then the conclusion would be that Jiro Tomitake died from Oyashiro-sama's curse.
He turned away from me and gazed far off into the distance.
The night of the Watanagashi. During that sacred ritual, he callously snapped off photos, angering Oyashiro-sama.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it's going to turn out.
There's no way Oyashiro-sama would inflict divine punishment on Tomitake-san. Tomitake-san had to have been killed by humans, in a cowardly group, no less. There's no way I'm going to let this end up being the fault of some curse. Oh.
I think so as well. There's no such thing as divine punishment or curses.
The tense mood was cut with the man's hearty laugh.
That's how this must be, Mayabara-san. Cooperation from individuals in Hinamizawa who don't believe in the curse is indispensable. Understand?
Neither Tomitake-san nor I believed in curses, but with the way things were going, it would just end up with Tomitake-san's death, marking the 5th year, which would mean that Hinamizawa had rejected Tomitake-san. That was something I couldn't allow. Tomitake-san was one of us. He didn't live in Hinamizawa, but he came every single year. In a sense, he was more of a resident than I was. There's no way that Tomitake-san could have been cursed by Oyashiro-sama. But there is nothing I can do to help. I have no idea what happened that night either.
No. If you see or hear something that draws your attention, then that is enough.
If I see or hear, he was talking in the future tense.
things or people or rumors, anything is fine. I don't care if they're unfounded. Here, this is my number. If I'm not there, then just leave a message with whoever picks up.
He handed me a piece of paper with his number on it, but I hesitated for a second. If I took it, then, whether I wanted to or not, I'd be mired knee-deep in this matter.
Please help me solve these questions surrounding Tomitake-san's unfortunate death.
Sonic the Last, thanks for the follow. How am I doing on this fine day? I'm doing pretty good. Welcome in.
Tomitake-san isn't.
No, Tomitake-san clawed out his own throat. Damn. That's right. Why was I hesitating? I needed to find the murderer who killed my friend. I snatched up the piece of paper as a satisfied grin spread across his face. Oh.
Everything we spoke of today is a secret. Please keep this confidential.
Understood. That's gonna be hard.
From your friends as well. Especially from Sonozaki-san and Furude-san. Please do not inform them.
Sonozaki? You mean Mion? Why? Are you saying they have something to do with the incident? With my friend's names brought up so abruptly and being told to keep it a secret from them, I became rather angry.
This is why they call investigative privileging, I suppose.
Don't play games with me. Mion is a close friend of mine. I snapped at him, but he didn't seem to especially be offended.
I wouldn't mind telling you, but it may just upset you.
The real question is, did he die in CG or in sprite form? I mean,
I like to think that he died in CG form, so it's his ugly, chiseled body that's dead.
If it
and
was
Pudgy lives on him forever.
his sprite doesn't have the fingernails to do it, so it has
it's
to
all
be a
meat.
CG. It's all like mittens. He wouldn't be able to claw out his throat with his mittens. Anyway, that I just had to make that joke. Say it. He hesitated a little. Turning his gaze to the outside of the car, he began to speak after thinking for a bit.
There is a possibility that the string of incidents happening here in Hinamizawa are a result of a village conspiracy.
There's no way that could be right. Give me a break. First of all, is there any proof of that?
No evidence. Also, each of the cases were resolved and none of the perpetrators had any direct connection to the village.
Then how did you come to that conclusion?
Every year, the enemies of the village die on the day of the Watanagashi. Don't you think that's enough reason to suspect something?
Only the residents of Hinamizawa felt that the day of the Watanagashi was sacred. So basically, because incidents happened on that day, it was somehow related to Hinamizawa? Yeah.
First, it was the dam construction foreman. Then it was a villager that supported it. Those the village had a grudge against die one after the other for mysterious causes. The means are different, but in the end, the result is the same.
Unfounded, unreasonable suspicion. But it couldn't just be shrugged off. So, the victims after that, what about the Shinto priest and his wife's death? They weren't enemies of the village.
The villagers had expected leadership from the Shinto priest at the time of the dam dispute, but he wasn't proactive, so there was a faction of villagers who harbored ill will toward him as a result.
Ill will? It's not like he did anything bad to the village. What about that housewife after that? Did she die just because she was the wife of the brother of a supporter? That's such a trivial reason to kill someone. What about Tomitake-san? He's not affiliated with the dam project at all. Was he killed just because he was an outsider? In the beginning, it fell on those related to the dam project, but as the years went on, the enemy threshold of the victims had become much lower.
Well, that's the scary part. The bar keeps getting lower.
What's scary about that?
It means it's not just enemies of the village anymore. Just being an outsider could be reason enough.
Then, you're saying that next year's victim will be picked out of the village outsider pool? It'll be you, Keiichi.
It might be a person that just moved here.
What do you mean by... I swallowed my words. Here in Hinamizawa, the ones who would be considered the most outside would be... my family. I was proof enough of that, wasn't I? I still couldn't really remember the names of the people I passed by. Then the next victims, my family. Was he saying it was going to be me? But what does that have to do with Mion?
I can't go into details, but the Sonozaki family led the dam protests. Quite fervently so. This is also true of Mion Sonozaki-san herself. She has quite a few misdemeanor and obstruction of public worker offenses on her record because of the protests.
I knew Mion had fought. This was the first I'd heard of her family leading the protests, though. Then, well, what did it all mean? Are you saying that Mion's family is involved with this string of incidents?
I wouldn't go that far. I'm just saying that if it was a conspiracy, then they'd have the highest probability of being behind it.
Not a very clear explanation. I felt like he'd magnificently avoided the details I really wanted to know.
We don't know who or how involved anyone is right now. That's exactly why I don't want you to say anything to the villagers.
Instead of answering, I gave a very bitter expression. It seemed that he understood it well enough.
I think there might be a wooden cross on the keychain of the car wheel. Yeah, that's a
looks like it,
popular
yeah.
thing to do for Christian people who come from Asia. Like, I see a lot of people who put like prayer beads and stuff under their like cars and stuff in like places like that.
I know Christianity isn't super popular in Japan.
No, and it was even less popular back then.
Oh, yeah. So that's interesting to me.
Then think of it like this. I don't want to worry the villagers who blindly believe it's the curse. How about that?
What do you mean, how about that? How should I know? But the reasoning behind wanting me to not carelessly open my mouth about it wasn't too hard to comprehend. The perpetrator was here. I had nothing to do with the curse. He was definitely going to be caught by the police and made to pay for his crimes. And none of the villagers should have anything to do with that process. It may cause those sensitive about the curse to just worry needlessly. Just like everyone kept it from me, so I wouldn't worry about it. Is it now my turn to keep it from them so they didn't have to worry? I was just talking to myself. Unlike me, everyone else had been worrying over these mysterious incidents yearly, and the incident this time probably means a lot more to them.
Hey, Bricklebork.
Bricklebork, hello! I didn't want to burden them anymore. In the end, everything went as the man had wanted, as insipid as it was, but it couldn't be helped. I understand. I'll keep it to myself. Is that fine? Mr.
Oishi, from the Okonomiya police station.
Delicious. It's
We
not
know
quite.
him.
It's not quite that word, but you know.
What word are you thinking of?
Oishi.
Oishi.
Oishi. Which means delicious.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
You can call me Kura-chan if you want.
No. Oishi-san is fine. The way he said it was unpleasant, yet retained hints of politeness. He was the spitting image of a vulgar police officer. Though, I've never seen one this bulky before in the cop shows I watch.
All the donuts. I'm taking up too much time. Your friends are waiting, aren't they? I should probably let you get back to them.
Yeah, they've been waiting like 30 minutes now.
Yeah, they're like, man, this is a long shit that he's taking.
This is the longest shit ever. The door opened with a click and in streamed the oppressive heat. It was blistering outside of the car. Was it really this hot of a day? Yeah. It was in an almost cruel heat as opposed to the mechanical coolness inside the car. It was as if the land of Hinamizawa itself suddenly hated me. I felt a little sad as that thought crossed my mind.
I didn't mean to suspect your friends. Please don't misunderstand that.
I refrained from telling him that it was too late to say something that self-serving.
It's fine if you don't see or hear anything, Mayabara-san. It would help to prove that the village is not involved after all.
I'll contact you if I hear or see anything, but I'm no detective. Please don't expect too much from me. I am 16 years old.
I won't. You don't have to become a detective. Just go on living as you have up to now. Just let me know if you notice anything.
I hastily made my way back to the school building after giving him a quick bow.
See you later. Farewell, Mayabara-kun.
I returned to the school building without looking back.
She with the banana suit. It is very yellow.
It's Officer Tasty. Oh, I love that. Oh,
He's a banana.
he is. I'm trying to. I think Gzoot said something about Downpour being like fucking the first game that ever disappointed them. And I'm like, you know, I've had games disappoint me before Downpour, but I think Downpour disappointed me the most. Anyway, I just needed to comment on that like 40 minutes later. 40 minutes later. Let me catch up with... Oh, there we go. Alright, cool. I don't know how much time has passed. I did feel bad for keeping them waiting, but right now there was a lot on my mind. Tomitake-san's death was hard enough as it was, but to think that there was the possibility of a village conspiracy, worse still, there was also a chance that Mion was involved? Nonsense. Impossible. Not Mion, Rena, Satoko, or Rika-chan. It was a group that attacked Tomitake-san. Who could the perpetrators be? Could it be they were hiding here, somewhere in Hinamizawa? I didn't know. All I could say for certain was that I knew that Mion couldn't be the perpetrator. Oh.
It's Michan, the perpetrator.
Huh? I was startled to hear Rena's voice.
With the rope in the lounge.
Nope.
No!
Rena clutched her head while flailing about. Looks like you're just self-destructing over here, wow.
Keiichi-san, you're quite late. As you may well know, I'm seething with anger.
Sorry about that. I was called into the staff room, you see.
You were reprimanded for bad behavior? That's a shame. Well,
You didn't know this was an anime VN? Brickelbork? Look at it.
Yeah, no, Higurashi was originally a visual novel before it was adapted into an anime, or several animes,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
well, it's been pretty heated over here. Since it's getting pretty late, let's make the next game the last one.
If I remember right, I had 0 points. Isn't it pretty much decided that I'm going to be finishing in last place?
Don't worry, Keiichi-kun. I'm at -1 points. Oh.
The heck? Your score is lower than mine and I wasn't even playing.
This is the final match to decide if the penalty is going to be carried out by Rena alone or by both Kei-chan and Rena.
Yeah, right. Just let Rena do the penalty by herself.
We made a promise, Keiichi-kun, that we would both win. I waited all this time, you know? You know?
I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry. I followed my initial plan of showing Rena my cards, but I didn't say who was the criminal and just waited for her to call. Aw.
I got it! The murderer is me, with the poison at the entrance.
Is it?
Is it? Is it?
My, Rena. Quite a quick answer. Another stab in the dark? Oh, Rena's correct.
Oh, then it's decided that Keiichi-san shall take part in the penalty as well. Hooray! Keiichi-kun, let's both do our best.
Yeah, let's do our best. It's my fault, so I have no choice. This is a 90s indie sound novel. This game is old enough to vote. It came out in 2002. Not quite 90s, but close.
Then that's game. It's me, Mion Sonozaki, ranked first, and dead last are Keiichi Maibara and Rena Ryugu.
Everyone applauded and the game ended. The problem now was the penalty.
Now then, I ranked first, so I'll decide what you'll be buying for the gopher penalty.
What will she make us buy? I wonder.
Let's blacklist the drugstore. That was your aim, wasn't it?
Huh? I don't have any business at the drugstore. This old man's already got a list prepared for you on this piece of paper.
Oh, penis
Whoa.
music.
There's a lot written here.
A lot? Damn it, what is she making us buy? 2 blocks of tofu, shampoo and conditioner, apple vinegar and fried tofu. What the heck is this? It's a lot of tofu.
It looks more like a shopping list than a penalty.
Me was certain she was going to win today. Rule 7 of our society, you cannot refuse any penalty. Here's some money. The shampoo I usually get is Fruit Fable. Thanks!
Ugh, this is just your grocery list! Promised myself that if I won next time, I'd make her go buy hemorrhoid cream. Do it. That will embarrass you, Keiichi. Hey, I need some hemorrhoid cream. Mion would make fun of him. God, that was 2 chapters?
Yep.
Yes, okay. Tips acquired.
Yep.
Whoa.
Hello. I don't think people on the stream can see this because they don't see the achievements, but we just got a jump scare from a Steam Sprite Oishi.
Beautiful. Are these important? I'm guessing.
Yes.
Okay. There are more than 4 perpetrators. Alright.
Well, alright.
Well, alright. Oh, hypovolemic shock induced by clawing out their own throat. Tissue is packed under the nails. Not someone else's nails. It's undoubtedly by the individual's own nails. The shape of the scars also matches. Oh, it's you. That's you.
My bad, I was adjusting my pillows.
Oh, you're good.
Yeah, I know the immediate cause of death was suicide.
I get it. You're saying the cause of death is unnatural, right?
It's not quite on the same level as when your back itches and you scratch a little too hard and draw blood after all.
Some of Tomitake's fingernails had been pulled out. Fingernails actually rip off surprisingly easily. But it really hurts. Under normal circumstances, the pain would prevent you from completely pulling them out. Also, there were a lot of bruises on Tomitake's body. It's clear from the shape of them that he was assaulted first by someone, or a group of people. According to the toxicology report, the deceased was in an extreme state of hysteria right before death.
Then he fought back and clawed out his own throat because of how hysterical he'd become. The guys attacking him certainly would have been surprised by that.
It is possible that in such an abnormal environment, a person could perform acts that a sane individual couldn't possibly imagine. Of course, those are very rare cases. Soup. Actually, Uishikun, that wood plank the deceased used as a weapon, they only found sand in the paint from the guardrail on it.
What about cloth fibers or skin?
Nothing. The deceased didn't strike the assailants. Or it could be they took the plank he was fighting back with.
In that case, they wouldn't have gone out of their way to replace it with another. They'd take them all.
That's true.
Tomitake is pretty built and tanned. He was quite athletic.
That's right. He was pretty active. Oh, I can't imagine what kind of sports he did when he was alive, but I think his physical strength would be on the higher side, meaning he would be difficult to overpower in a brawl. If a man with such a physique sensed he was in danger and swung the plank around frantically, it's just unthinkable that it wouldn't even nick the perpetrator. And his opponent was unarmed. This guy had a wooden plank, so you'd think he'd hit them at least once. Very interesting.
Around and take down someone of his physique. I wonder how many people it would take.
You dimwit. If anything, that's your specialty. Have you forgotten your bad cop days? If I was to take down this guy, how many would I need? When a group wants to take down big prey, it's fundamental to attack with numbers. I'd guess about 4. Even if there was a gap in their strength, they'd manage. And there were quite a few perpetrators. So many drunken, disorderly groups of more than 4 are suspicious? Group of 4 or more. Just, if they had that many, then couldn't they have hidden the body in a less obvious location? They don't want to. They want to put that as a warning. Or did he somehow break away from that fatal predicament? Then there would be no reason to commit suicide. Moreover, I still can't comprehend the irregular way he died. It's full of mysteries. That's under serious consideration on my end, too. I'll be examining it as thoroughly as possible, but don't get your hopes up. After all, we've never encountered a death like this before.
I'm not hoping for much, but I am looking forward to the results.
Wait, bad cop days never ended. Yeah. No such
they
thing.
did not. This is a inconsequential person, so I'll be done, I guess.
Oh, alright.
Oishi-san, the chief is calling you. Thanks. See you around.
Yeah, best wishes. Sick. Alright, search notice.
So yeah, we got a little bit of Oishi lore there, that he, like most other cops, pretty not great dude.
I gotta look up. Is it Oishi? I think it's Oishi. Yes, it's Oishi that means delicious, not Oishi. Okay, cool. Alright, I just had to make sure. Jiro Tomitake, deceased. Resided in a cheap hotel in Shishibone City. Registered under the name Jiro Tomitake. Pen name. Oh. Travels via folding bike. No license. The bicycle was found 300 meters away, abandoned at the side of the forest path. Present on the day of the festival, accompanied by the missing Mio Takano.
There we go.
Mio Takano. Okay. Was seen around 9 p.m. by police. Location afterwards unknown. Held residence in Hanamizawa for 1 week each season for the last 5 to 6 years. Freelance photographer specializing in wild birds. Check with magazine companies. Nothing suspicious in the film located among the articles of the deceased. Wallet was among the articles of the deceased. Mere act of violence? From the contents of his wallet, he spent most of his time around Tokyo and Chiba. Along the Sobu National Railway line? No individual matching the name Jiro Tomitake in the residency records of any of the Tokyo wards. Compare teeth to dental records, sent to Metro Police. Attach a photo, sent to Metro Police. Contact magazines regarding Jiro Tomitake. Mio Takano, missing. Nurse at EDA clinic. Because close to Tomitake through her passion for wild bird photography. Or became. Resides in Okinomiya X, District X, single. Witness accompanying Tomitake on the festival grounds, currently missing. Abducted, or maybe a suspect. An important person of interest. Had no motive to kill the deceased. Squabble from jealousy. Need to thoroughly investigate their relationship. Place of work, etc. Need to get information from the police on scene again. I want some cream puffs or donuts. 4 jumbo ones. Oishi.
Told you.
Donut. Okay. Okay. Why is there penis music?
I don't know. I don't think there should be penis music here.
I think that's a mistake. Whoops.
Well,
I'm gonna drink some water. I don't know how much longer you can go on, but I am okay to go a little longer if you are okay.
I'd like to go a little longer. There's something
Okay.
specific I want to see, and I think it's coming up soon.
Hell yeah.
Alright, how are we feeling, chat?
How are we feeling?
How are we feeling tonight? Today? It's not night for me. It's night for you, but not for me.
It's evening.
Evening. How are we feeling, guys? Sleepy is what
That's how I'm
Keiichi
feeling.
says. Vibin'. Awesome. Sleepy.
No, you're really feeling it.
Really feeling it. Feeling it now.
Whoa, that was a really big yawn, Keiichi-kun.
I'm usually awake once it's time to eat, but doesn't look like I can do it today. I was watching TV until late last night. I'm so tired right now. Was one of those raunchy TV shows you love so much on last night?
Extremely vile.
Wait a second, don't imagine things and jump to conclusions.
It's perfectly normal for boys, nothing to be ashamed about.
Thanks,
Rika-
Nurse Rika? Question mark.
Rika not patting my head only made me feel worse. No, give me the head pat. Could you just let me pass out this lunch break? No, seriously.
Ma, you think I would just sit here and allow that?
I'll get really angry if you disturb me. Really angry. That reminds me I need to record a yawn sound for mixed feelings too. This was just dreadful. Just so sleepy. I slumped my head onto the desk and drifted off into an afternoon nap. Seemed that Satoko had responded, but I pretended not to hear.
Let it out, Satoko-chan. Keiichi-kun fell asleep. His sleeping face. So cute.
You can take him home later. Let him be for now. Let's move over there. It'd be rude to Keiichi if we bothered him now.
Rika-chan really is a good girl.
Let's not wake him up even if the teacher comes back.
I take that back. The excuse that I didn't sleep much last night because I was watching TV was a lie. I was in bed at the usual time, but because of the conversation with Oishi-san that afternoon, I didn't get much sleep. Just spending the day like this, it's almost as if the incident with Tomitake-san didn't help happen at all. It made me think, was Oishi-san just trying to deceive me?
was probably the truth. One thing was certain, I couldn't speak to anyone about it. He wanted my assistance, but I really didn't know anything about it. If I knew I wasn't going to be of any help, I probably wouldn't have listened in the first place. It ended up with me again, regretting learning something I didn't need to know. If I had never learned about it, I would, without a doubt, be goofing off with the rest of them right now. I couldn't help but resent Oishi-san for this.
Huh? When was that?
I heard he wasn't there the next day. It appears he vanished the night of the Watanagashi. Uh-oh. Creepy music. Mion whispered to keep others from listening, but I could hear it clearly. On the other hand, Rena's voice was even harder to pick up, but I could still tell that she was quite upset. It couldn't be. Are they talking about Tomitake-san?
Itake?
Not sure. That's all I know. I would have to feign ignorance about this topic because I needed to keep it a secret. Rather than waking up and being forced to lie to join the conversation, it was much easier just to sit there and pretend I was asleep to listen in on their discussion. Wait, why did I have to pretend to be asleep while eavesdropping on my friend's conversation? The guilt stung.
So, and me. There are others, right? Too.
They don't know if it's from the curse or if this was Onikakushi. Onikakushi? Onikakushi? To be hidden away by a demon? What a mysterious phrase. I did, however, get the feeling it meant nothing good.
Well, there was another, right? Right?
If it's Oyashiro-sama's, yeah.
But this year, at all.
Grandma and the mayor had talked about it. Seems they talked to the police about it beforehand. They said they'd take care of whatever happens this year without causing a commotion.
Then, without us knowing it, someone had... Them, you mean?
A.B.?
Next could me. I wonder.
Don't worry. You got home safely.
But is not allowed, right?
That was a long time ago. Let's stop talking about this. Amidst the uncomfortable mood, both of them went silent. The entirety of the conversation was still a bit unclear, but a few parts caught my attention. First of all, the term onikakushi. To be demoned away. By the context it was used in, I would guess it's similar to being spirited away. I suspected that was what it meant because Tomitake-san and that woman really bugged me that I don't know her name. We learned it, and I forgot it. Mio? Vanished.
Mio Takano.
Yeah, vanished after the Watanagashi. The next thing that stuck out was when Rena said, "There's another one, right?" Mion also said, "If it's Oyashiro-sama's, yeah," responding to something. If it's Oyashiro-sama's curse, then there had to be 2 victims. Is that what she meant? Come to think of it, I remember Mion saying at the beginning that they didn't know if it was from the curse or if it was a case of onikakushi. It seems that the curse and being demoned away are different things, and they were phenomena that were paired together. I recalled Tomitake-san's terrible end. That wasn't something as elegant as disappearing. That horrendous end would best be described as cursed. Then the woman with him, it means she vanished because she was demoned away? What I do know is that there's normally an even number of victims of the curse proper. And the last point that bothered me was Rena. Rena was frightened. For what reason, I didn't know. However, she knew that something had made her a potential target for Oyashiro-sama's curse. If I recall correctly, Oyashiro-sama should be the guardian deity of Hinamizawa. Isn't a guardian deity supposed to defend the citizens and drive out invaders? If I recall correctly, yesterday Oishi-san said that originally the targets were enemies of the village, but recently there was no longer any distinction between them or regular outsiders. But if that was the case, then I would think that I'd be the most likely target, having moved here more recently than Rena. From her composure, I could infer that she was grimly certain that she would be next. I should probably relay what I heard just now to Oishi-san. Oishi-san. Informing the police of what I heard by eavesdropping on my friends while pretending to be asleep, it made me feel terrible. It raised a few questions and left me with a bad taste in my mouth. Would it be better not to seek answers to those questions? As I continued to learn more and more, I felt like I had fallen past the point of no return. I would definitely regret this one day. I would definitely regret ever having learned of these events. Oh yeah.
The teacher approaches! Keiichi-san! You must awaken!
In the distance, I could hear the ring of the handbell signaling the start of afternoon classes. I couldn't sleep at all.
And now you're hungry and tired.
Yep. I hastily opened my eyes and raised my head up. It was in that moment when I leaned against the back of my seat. Ugh! There was a thumbtack stuck on the back of my chair with tape. Ooh.
Oh.
Ugh. Yeah. Circumstantial evidence was enough. Satoko! Guilty without trial. Capital punishment. I furiously jumped up from my seat, and I tripped as if my feet were tangled up. My shoelaces had been tied together. Not bad, Satoko. While I was sleeping, you were able to conceal your presence to pull off this fine piece of work. The teacher came in right as I was about to pull off my shoes and tackle Satoko. God damn it, Cal.
Oh, did you notice that our teacher has arrived, Keiichi-san? Take your seat.
Oh, clomp clomp, wish woof. Not caring one bit, I made her eat a flick to the forehead.
Ah, Keiichi-san's being mean. Little brat.
Hey, don't pick on the younger kids, Meibara-kun. Apologize to her. I saw Satoko stick her tongue out at me. That little brat. Come on, Meibara-kun. Yeah, I'll apologize. Sorry, Satoko-san. In any case, I apologized, even if it was in a completely insincere tone of voice. Damn her, I'll remember this. Gay-chan, Gay-chan. No, anyway. Get your revenge at the club meeting.
Hey now.
I'm joking. Take your seat. I sat down after Mion told me to. She'd switched to class representative mode. It is Pride Month. Gay-chan. Anyway.
I sent you that comic that was like, it's Pride Month. Satoko, you know what that means? What, do you want me to do gay Watanagashi?
What? Yeah. With the boring classes finished, school was finally over for the day. Now then, what should we do for club today? Personally, I would like to play that deduction game one more time. I would like to go home and sleep. I was hardly able to play it last time because of Oishi-san. Ren and I weren't even able to test out our strategy. Diversity win. Gay-chan. Sorry.
That's right, today, Keiichi-kun and I will be victorious. What should we do? We've never played this same game 2 days in a row before.
Why not try asking me? As in Mion, not me. Okay. Mion looked over her shoulder as we made eye contact. She slowly tapped her palm with her fist as her face suddenly lit up. Oops! I completely forgot. I need to go help my uncle today. Sorry, guys. Not today. Helping your uncle? Aren't you a little goody two-shoes? Aren't you a little goody two-shoes? No, on my phone. Sorry.
Hello, Oversolar.
Hello, Oversolar. Sorry, really? I really did forget. Oh then, sorry guys. This old man is heading back home now. Why does she call herself old man?
It just occurred to me what you just said, G-Zoot.
God. Mion left us with that and rushed off to the exit after snatching up her bag. Her rich uncle that can donate 8,000 to the Kenosha Theater? Why, yes! Glad you brought that up, Grace. Again. I'm sorry, I won't do the bit. I'm sorry.
You see, Nichan, she sometimes goes to help out at her uncle's shop in town.
Ah, I thought she wasn't the type to get caught up in such bothersome stuff.
She said that she gets paid for it. It's quite a bit of spending money from what I hear.
I see. She was able to pay for that mountain of games with what she saved up from there. But that, when you call that a part-time job, is that against school policy? There's a clause that states household chores are excluded. Is that what she's calling it? So what now? Pass on the club today?
So, we're done today, I guess?
Thank you, Gracie. Appreciate it. I know we're doing this as a bit, but it's also appreciated, the support. Anyway, wouldn't it be fine to
even without the club president. Let's do this.
Listen, you're unlocking a rant from me, G-Zoot, about Mion being a trans man that you don't want to hear in Onikakushi. Wait.
Wait, alright. Okay, I'm excited for trans man Mion. Anyway, I opened the club locker and began searching for the deduction game from that ever-growing pile of games. Ah, here it is. The deduction game from yesterday. Man, I had to stop just as I was getting the hang of it. At the very least, I wanted to repay Satoko for what she did during the afternoon break.
I'll buy it at a high price.
Gracie,
Mind.
thank you so much.
Did Gracie donate?
Yeah, thank you for
Oh,
the
how much?
$30.
Oh.
Oh, we're at 609. Nice. Can I get a
Nice.
nice in the chat? Oh my god.
Nice.
Nice. Thank you, Gracie, so much. Satoko. I'm gonna take some water. Drink some water.
No, you'll take it. You're stealing
I'm
it.
taking it and putting it in my mouth. You can read the rest of Satoko's line now. If you haven't done that yet, I don't know. Oh! Is that fine for Rena-san and Rika? There you go. Rena for you.
If Keiji-kun wants to so badly, I wouldn't mind playing for a bit.
I think it's better if we do it when we have everyone together.
When she says it like that,
I wanted to go shopping if there wasn't a club meeting today. Going to buy soy sauce and other things.
Stop talking about soy sauce. I'm still thinking about fish.
Oh, that's right. I completely forgot. Well, I guess... Sorry, Rika. Get out of my way. I guess since it's been a while, I should go treasure hunting.
What's this now? Everyone was no longer in the mood for club activities? If I kept on trying to push the matter, it may make them realize I had a trick up my sleeve. Oh well, I'll give up this time. Man, I really was looking forward to playing it. I shuffled through the cards as if I was still caught up on it.
The next opportunity, I shall give you a sound thrashing. Ho 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 ho.
Oh ho ho ho! The murderer is Satoko. The murder weapon is the pistol. It was you after all.
What did you say? Then I'll just...
Satoko looked through the cards on the desk and stuck out 3 of them at me.
The murderer is Keiichi, in the lounge with the rope.
I don't need no rope. I'll just strangle you like this.
No! Keiichi-san's such a beast.
Phew. Well, I guess it's good that I got that out of my system. Strangling a child.
Yeah, I remember this Keiichi-san. I turned her into a frog.
She was used as a plaything for quite a while. You poor thing.
Cute, cute.
Everyone got ready to go back home. I also helped gather up the scattered cards. I suddenly paused. They were just the suspect cards. But I noticed something strange. Rena, Satoko, Rika, Keiichi, Mion, Satoshi. Satoshi? Not all the cards were made by us, or at least every card besides this one has the name of a club member. Does this mean that this Satoshi fellow is a member? Is there someone in the class named Satoshi? Okay. Nobody confirm or deny what I'm about to say. They add somebody to their club and then they kill them. Tomitake-san. And that Satoshi was another one. Anyway. I couldn't find anyone named Satoshi on the class roster stuck up on the wall.
Keiichi-kun, let's hurry and finish cleaning up.
Being rushed by Rena, I finished up quickly. Satoko and Rika-chan had already headed merrily for their lockers, so we were the only ones left in the classroom. Right now, Rena had already gotten her bag and was ready to leave. Rena, there must be quite a few people who transfer from this school, right? I tried asking Rena in a bit of a roundabout way. Rena made a troubled face and then answered.
Yeah? Hinamizawa was a rural town, right? Some people transfer out every now and then.
Then is Satoshi another one of those transferees? Uh-oh.
Sorry. I don't really know.
There was a bit of a pause, but the answer was pretty much immediate.
I'm not saying it to be mean. Just last year, I transferred in, so maybe I just missed him? I didn't hear much about him. Isn't that also the name of the ghost girl in Corpse Party? I wouldn't know. It's traditionally a boy's name in Japan.
Yeah.
But
I've never played Corpse Party. I plan on it. I need to have like a huge fucking list of like
trigger warning.
trigger warnings because
I'd help you, but
Ooh.
I've never played Corpse Party myself.
oh no, I know a few people who have that they say it's a great game, but be ready. Because there's a lot of heavy shit that I have to warn people about. I am not sure, sorry. Her answer was a lot like when she refused to tell me about the murder at the dam. I was saddened by her denial and felt a little bit of anger. I'm their friend, aren't I? Friends don't keep secrets from their friends, do they? Though I do appreciate that they kept that unsettling curse thing from me. Oops, I keep doing that. But if everyone is worried about it, I'd rather be worried with them. That's what it means to be friends, right? Sachiko. Oh, okay. For a moment, I wondered just what kind of face I was making just then, with these mixed feelings of sadness and annoyance. I'm sorry, my game is called that. Anyway.
Heiichi-kun, you're making a scary face. Why is it? Why?
It's probably exactly the kind of face Rena said it was. It appeared my grim expression had frightened her. Ah, sorry. I was really looking forward to the club today. I'm just feeling down about it. I rustled Rena's hair. Let's go home. Dragging that awkward mood with us, we headed home. Was that a mixed feelings reference? Oh shit. Not like it's a common expression. Oh,
No,
fuck.
of course it's a reference to your cool game.
Of course it's a reference to my game that was made like 20 years later. I wonder why. Why have I been getting this dumb feeling lately? I didn't know anything. I had nothing to worry about. I was just enjoying my everyday life. My long, outstretched shadow gave no answer to my naive inquiry.
Heiichi-kun, are you tired maybe? Maybe?
Rena timidly questioned the reason behind my mood. I'm sure my expression made the situation even more unsettling. You think so?
Yeah. You seem to have been a little out of it ever since this morning. Maybe a cold?
Physically, I was pretty sure I was in perfect health. May not seem like it, but I've had perfect attendance since elementary school. Damn.
That's impressive.
That's fucking impressive. Rena continued on since I didn't give her an answer.
It could be that the fatigue from moving has finally caught up to you. It's completely different from where you used to live, after all. Of course, you've gotten tired, since there's so much you need to get used to and remember.
Maybe that's it.
Yeah. It has to be. Rena was also like that at first, too.
You mean you?
I can tell, you know? You know?
I wonder if Rena also experienced the slight bit of alienation last year that I was feeling right now. Thinking so, I felt that she was the only one who could understand how I felt. I'd like to hear about when you first came to Namizawa. How was it? Feeling I had...
Reference mixed feelings.
Wait.
A visual novel made by Spoony Cat, with the sequel coming soon.
Oh, shit! Oh, shit, you're right. Oh, my hand slipped. Oh, God. Oh, shit. It is coming soon. I swear to
I
you.
think MF can also mean moon pie feelings.
It could mean moon pie feelings, not motherfucker. Why would you ever think that anyway? Feeling I had been drawn into the conversation, her face suddenly brightened.
I was the same as Keiichi-kun. I didn't know the villagers' names at all. Nichan and the rest were all very kind, so I wasn't lonely, but I did still feel a little out of place.
Rena told me all the details of when she had moved here. All of her first acquaintances and surprises, worries and good times. So, Satoko got you too?
Yeah. There was a thumbtack put on my chair. Poke. And with that, yeah. That really takes me back.
When were you invited into the club? The first day?
Nah. There wasn't a club at the beginning. It was formed partway through. One day, she said we should stay after and hold a big game tournament.
Come to think of it, Mion did say she was the first club president. Now I get it.
this is a secret, but Michan used to be really bad at the beginning. She'd never win.
Huh? Mion, really? I can't even imagine that.
She had to do most of the penalties that she came up with. Seriously, don't tell.
I can't believe Mion was like that. So she gradually transformed into a monster who used any means necessary to win during that time. Mion is at her best when she's fighting dirty.
I began making more friends besides Michan after that, but yeah. It might have only been since you moved here. That I'd finally felt like I'd gotten used to it here.
I guess Rena had also been left in the dark about Oyashiro-sama when she had just moved here. I guess when they finally told me about Oyashiro-sama, I'd be considered one of them. I wonder when I'll finally be considered one of them.
Huh? Did you say something?
No, sorry. Just talking to myself.
Keiichi-kun, you're silly.
Rena was poking fun and laughing at me, and I couldn't help but laugh as well. But I suddenly stopped. Then, after making up my mind, I spoke. Uh-oh. Hey, Rena. Is there something that everybody is keeping from me? Oh. Cal, where'd you go?
I apologize, my headphones shorted out.
Oh, shit.
It's fine, it happens. Huh?
Okay.
No, not at all.
You're lying, aren't you? Rena suddenly stopped. Her expression was cold and intense. Oh!
What do you mean by that, Keiichi-kun?
Her tone was still the same cheery and light-hearted one as before. You are, aren't you? Keeping something from me. After understanding what I meant, her expression grew even more intense. Seeing that face, I regretted saying something so rash, but she came back at me in a way I didn't expect. Oh!
Well then, Keiichi-kun, aren't you keeping something from us?
Huh? Her tone didn't change, but it was the first time I'd seen this expression from Rena. With how her gaze pierced through me, I couldn't believe this was the same Rena. Oh.
Aren't you? Lies or secrets? Aren't you?
You are. Secrets. She didn't actually say that part, but she looked as if she did. The incident with Tomitake-san and how I felt alienated from the group, even without having to think about it. There were things I knew that I felt guilty about, but I didn't tell everyone about what happened with Tomitake-san, to be considerate. I was keeping it a secret, just the same way they didn't tell me about Oyashiro-sama. Then, aren't we even? No, I'm not. No lies. Nor secrets.
Liar.
Her answer was instant and it shook me. Rena stared as if burrowing through me, watching me, like a hawk. Why would you say I'm lying?
Didn't you say that you were called into the teacher's room yesterday during the club meeting, Keiichi-kun? I know. You didn't go to the teacher's room.
I swallowed hard. It clearly wasn't a bluff. She knew what happened.
The teacher said you had a guest, didn't she? But you didn't talk at the entrance. You talked inside of the car near the school gate with some man we don't know.
Rena knew everything. She knew that I was called out by Oishi-san and that I heard about the incident with Tomitake-san as well. Did she know all of it?
Exactly who was that man?
I don't know him.
Why did someone you don't know have business with you?
I want to know that myself.
Then what did you talk about?
It has nothing to do with you guys. It was a lie. Oh!
Liar!
Rena's scream echoed through the trees, sending frightened birds into the air. I couldn't exhale the deep breath I had just taken. No, it was like I wasn't allowed to exhale. It was here I first realized the person in front of me. She wasn't Rena Ryugu. And who was it that was standing before me now? Who had assumed Rena Ryugu's appearance? I had held my breath for so long, I could feel myself suffocating. Oh, God. Oh, God.
Right.
And then she made a facial expression that Rena normally might have made. It didn't matter that it was Rena's usual smile. It chilled me to the bone. Ooh. She drew closer to me. I felt her breath against my face. It wasn't the least bit exciting.
Whoever this was with Rena's face was going to chew my nose right off. I cowered, as I imagined that. Then, she smirked as if she was able to see right through me.
We also have our secrets, just like how Keiichi-kun has secrets.
It was Rena's usual smile, but her eyes were still like that of a hawk's. Bringing her face close enough to mine to almost bump into my nose, she kindly persuaded me. Oh. I couldn't nod or shake my head. This person standing in front of me. Oh god. Val. Thank you for the year.
One.
Awesome. Thank you so much. This person standing in front of me. This person who looked like Rena frightened me to my core. I was terrified knowing that she could hear the sound of me swallowing nervously. After what felt like an eternity, after a long empty silence, she finally spoke.
Go.
Soup.
Oh.
It's getting chilly.
She said, soup. No. It was Rena again. Smiling at me once more, she started walking as if nothing at all had happened. When I was released from her gaze, my legs gave out from under me, and I slumped onto the ground. I wasn't able to lift a finger until Rena was out of sight. Who was that? It felt cold, my body was drenched in sweat. I was finally able to form a coherent thought and ask myself once again, who was that person who looked like Rena Ryugu?
You want some soup, Keiichi-kun?
No, I don't want soup. I also got chills. That was
So
good.
there's one of two things that happened there with the liar line.
Mm-hmm.
Either I screamed too loud, the Discord didn't pick it up, or I jump scared everyone in the chat because I screamed way louder than I intended to.
It got a little cut off, but we got the picture.
Because like I just want to give everyone the experience, you know. And
Yeah.
I remember being a little less kid and watching the anime, and she's speaking so softly, and suddenly she screams liar at him. I jumped. I remember it distinctly. I remember jumping out of my fucking skin.
It was terrifying. Also, gazoot! Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. I'm gonna drink some water because that was an intense scene and I'm sweating.
Yeah, that was the scene that I wanted you to see.
Good. I actually used the picture from that CG as on the schedule for this day.
Oh
So,
man,
I synchronicity. Perfect.
synchronicity.
Oh. I was out of it and couldn't bring myself to do anything until dinner except stare blankly into space.
It really is, J-Zoot. Oh my god.
Usada.
Usada! Oh, I'm like fucking flapping my arms. I love that scene.
Whoa. See, it's so interesting to me. I just need to say, because I did play DDLC. I love
You
Doki
did.
Doki Literature Club so much, and it's so clearly inspired by this. I think, personally, I think this has too much fluff. It does have too much fluff, but it is a very slow burn. It's a very good slow burn, and I feel like DDLC
Yes.
had, like, it definitely took the inspiration and kind of molded it into, like, a little bit better pace, or like a more bite-sized version of this, and a
Yeah.
little bit more meta version. I don't know if this gets meta, don't tell me. I don't think it
I
does.
won't. But Ryukishi's like pacing gets better as he writes more, which is, you know, just how things work. You get better at writing as you write more.
Oh yeah.
It's really clear, like if you read Onikakushi and then immediately skip to episode 8, it's insane, like the difference in writing quality.
Yeah. Higurashi's influence is everywhere in VN space. Oh yeah, like even
Oh,
like,
yes.
indirectly
Yes, yes.
with my own VN that I have, like it is also very like it's a bit more of that like meta shit that like DDLC does, just not quite as far. And I don't actually go full horror or anything. I like that unsettling feeling that this game gives you sometimes, where you're like, oh shit, things might get fucked up. I like that. I love that. It's
Yeah.
great.
And I just want to highlight in relation to like how the fluff progresses.
Mhm.
When this game first came out, it wasn't like marketed anywhere. It was released at Comiket,
Mhm.
which from my understanding is basically like a giant doujinshi festival.
Ah, I see.
And it's like where people will like release their fan comic doujinshis, but also their original work.
Mm-hmm.
So Ryukishi has this fucking disc at his table, and he already had like a not like a great following in the doujinshi space, but he was known.
Mm-hmm.
And like you come up to his table and he's like, "This is my new original work. It's called Higurashi Onikakushi. It's episode 1. Go try it." You get home expecting some fucking fluff piece, and it is for a while.
Oh,
It
yeah.
is. It's about dumb little kids running around, and there's a festival, and they're running around and they're doing dumb little things, and you're like, "Ugh, this is boring." And then Rena yells at you. And then Rena screams at you with the vitriol of an entire village scorned.
Yeah.
And it's fucking terrifying.
Yeah, and there's like throughout the game, like I feel like even if you didn't know that there's like a horror twist to this, that you would be playing this and there would be that small like little bit of creeping like hint. Like Tomitake, when you first meet him, is like they still haven't found the last arm, and it's like, hey, what?
Yeah. But then like it goes back to like for another like 2 hours. It's like, fun. Go to the festival. Don't be a perv, Keiichi. And you forget. You fucking forget.
Yeah.
It's in the back of your mind at the very least.
It's fucking brilliant, and it's like I can tell like this is also why like yes, this is also just why like pretty much every VN that you like play nowadays has some fucking like at least a like ending that's fucked up. Like even what is it fucking called? The pigeon game. Hatoful Boyfriend.
Yeah,
Hatoful Boyfriend is like fucked up, and I gotta play that someday. Especially now that I'm playing Higurashi, which is like the source of like all the fucked up VN shit. Like
You're the source of evil.
this is the source.
Ryukishi.
This is the source of evil, and this person is like doing the Silent Hill forte, and now I'm understanding like the chills I got with the Rena yell. I'm like, okay, this can be utilized in a Silent Hill game, and I'm fucking excited now.
Sure.
Anyway,
Like-
let's continue. Do you want
One last thing.
One last thing. Okay.
Ryukishi is the master of the tension and release. Obviously you've not played Umineko. No spoilers for anyone in the chat, but the first episode of Umineko proceeds similarly in pace to this. It's a little better. It cuts out a lot of the fucking fat, but it gives you the same sort of mounting dread. And it's like that Rena scene condensed to an entire episode. Because now you know. You've probably read Higurashi if you're reading Umineko, and you know what this fucker is like. You know what he writes. And you're just like, I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for it. When do the people start dying? And it doesn't happen for a hot fucking minute. And you're like, oh, maybe it's gonna be less fucked up. No. No.
Also, like, the slow burn horror is, like, incredibly good, especially for Silent Hill. Silent Hill, like, I feel like, at least the first game, is a very similar, like, it starts up in a very similar way to the anime, where, like, it starts really fucking strong, and you're like, oh god, and then it, like, kind of tapers off, and you're just like, okay, so it's just kind of spooky now. And then it ramps up, and then it tapers off, and then it ramps up, and then it tapers off, and then it's the same sort of shit. It's so good. Anyway,
I feel like Silent Hill Forte is gonna have like the first 2 hours or more of the game just be like me hanging out with my funny child, and then it'll happen.
maybe
The horrors will happen.
Well,
if they let Ryukishi have his way.
we'll have to see. Maybe Forte will have that anime bullshit, and I'm kind of excited to see a Silent Hill game with anime bullshit. I mean, to be fair, look at Silent Hill 3. There's the fucking Princess Heart outfit in that game, and it's great. And I want more shit like that. Anyway,
Yes.
let's go. Was I terrified from Rena going off on me? Yes.
Yes.
No, that's not right. That was someone else who only looked like Rena. I don't think so. Then who could it have been? Unless there's some like possession shit going on, but we'll see. It was a dreadful feeling knowing that was someone else. Hey, Cosmo. Not Rena. So tomorrow I shouldn't have a problem talking to Rena like I usually do. That thought was strangely comforting.
I concluded that I should just calm down and clear my head. We didn't die, though. Why are we mortising? Though those thoughts continued swirling around my mind, finally I returned to my senses as I heard my mother calling out to me from the bottom of the stairs.
Ichi, it's a call from the bookstore.
Bookstore? Can't think of why they'd be calling me. I went downstairs and picked up the receiver anyway.
My apologies for calling so late at night. It's me, Oishi of the Okonomiya bookshop.
Oishi-san? Oh, it's Oishi-san.
Sorry. Since your parents picked up, I said I was from the bookstore. It puts people off when I say I'm a police officer.
It was a late mortis for Tomitake. Rest in peace, man. Oishi-san was, in his own way, rather courteous. Even so, I didn't want my parents hearing me talk to the police. I brought the cordless phone with me as I dashed back up to my room on the second floor.
Sorry for calling so late. That phone number on that piece of paper I gave you yesterday was the old number. My apologies. Can you copy down the number I'm about to give you?
Okay. Gave me the number from his direct line as I wrote it down. I thought that was the end of it, but he began making pointless small talk, and it was pretty hard to hang up.
So how's it been, Mayabara-san? Did anything strange happen recently?
I see. This was the real reason. Oh yeah, duh. He really beat around the bush there. His adult conversational skills left me slack-jawed. Are you from around here, Oishi-san?
Yeah, I am. Born and raised in Okonomiya.
If he's from around here, he might know. Oishi-san, do you know what this onikakushi thing is about?
I believe that's when somebody suddenly vanishes because they've been abducted by a demon. It's a special saying from around here. It has the same meaning as spirited away, like everyone else says.
Whereas my friends would say they didn't know when I asked, this older man gave me a direct answer. He's gonna die next. It made me a bit happy that he answered me directly without trying to hide anything.
Hinamizawa was, not sure if I should tell you this, Mayabara-san.
Hang on, Sasha is eating plastic. Hey.
Sasha, no!
He fucking loves the plastic that I keep my sticker paper in. He just licks it.
No.
Hey, quit licking the plastic. He's so good. He just loves plastic. Don't try to play this off. If you're not going to talk, then I'm not going to tell you anything.
No. That's not what I meant. It's just, it may make you feel bad. You see, long ago, Hinamizawa was feared as the village where demons reside.
Demons? By demons, you mean those pitchfork-carrying things in hell? They probably said oni in Japanese, I'm guessing.
Yes. More like human-eating monsters. They'd go down to villages, snatching people up and gobbling them down. That kind of tale.
Demons snatching up people is what this onikakushi really means. They said that the curse and being demoned away happened together. What does that mean? I already knew about the mysterious deaths happening 5 years in a row, but I didn't know there were people disappearing for those same 5 years.
The curse and being demoned away happened together? First time I've heard of that. Is that how it is, Mayabara-san?
That's what I want to know. I heard Rena and Mion talking. They said that if it was really Oyashiro-sama's curse, then both the curse and demoning away would happen. Oishi-san began hemming and hawing on the other end of the receiver. Maybe something about that came to mind. I gotta kick Sasha out. Hang on. Be right back. I'm gonna handle this man.
Hello, chatters. It's me, Oishi-san, cop in Okonomiya Police Department. And I'm here to tell you about the Kenosha Theater.
I'm back. Why? What?
Laughing too hard at my own joke.
Officer Tasty.
I was gonna tell everyone about the Kenosha Theater in my Oishi.
Do it.
The Kenosha Theater is an old vaudeville theater
Awesome.
that we're currently trying to restore. This voice really hurts.
I am sure it does. Remember, I don't know if you were in the call by then. It was like 22 hours into the last 24-hour stream. I did a Kenosha Theater plug in like a demon voice. I was like, "This is the Kenosha Theater," and I just kept going.
If I recall correctly, the Kenosha Theater was the first theater of its kind to have sound. Is that right? Am I saying that right?
One of the first, yeah.
I need a script.
I mean, I say all this enough that you probably memorized it by now.
I mean, I memorized. This is from memory.
Yeah.
It's blue in there.
Actually, the blue ceiling right there in the the auditorium area, it used to be like it had like holes in the blue and there were lights behind it, so it like simulated like the night sky. Unfortunately, the ceiling, like the blue ceiling, had to get like fucking destroyed to fix the ceiling so less water could come in. But we definitely want to bring back that night sky.
That sounds, and I'm doing this in the funny voice, but that genuinely sounds extremely
What you need that
fucking
for?
cool.
Going hunting an elephant?
Doesn't it though? Gracie! Oishi-san, it's pronounced foyer. Oh. Whoa! That was $90! Gracie!
Whoa.
Holy shit, thank you so much!
It's pronounced foyer.
It's pronounced foyer!
If you want to donate for character voices, feel free. I will narrate the things that you asked me to.
Guys, it's $6.99 now.
Nice.
Nice! Also, that's $51 away from me making sound alerts cheaper. I am kind of afraid now, and I should probably, hang on, go to the sound alerts because, like, in preparation.
Who in there?
What? I don't know what Moonpie just said, but it scared me.
It's blue in there.
It's blue in there. She sounded so, like, done. She was like, it's blue in there. It's blue in there. Alright. Okay, so
There's also 2 floors dedicated to the space where the people would sit. From the pictures that I've seen, there was an upper floor and then a bit that's lower than that.
Yeah, there's a balcony. And there's also like 2 VIP balconies, one of which, I think in 2020, we like shoveled all this debris out of, and it was pretty awesome. We found like a fucking huge like piece of a pillar that was like intact. I have a video of it somewhere. It's actually in that big master thread, anyway.
It's also apparently super haunted. But I don't believe in that, because I'm Oishi of the Okonomiya Police Department, and I don't believe in demons, spirits, curses, ghouls, spookies.
I'm Officer Tasty.
I'm Officer Tasty. I don't believe in ghouls, onis, ghosts, spirits, demons.
Cops don't believe in the supernatural. I'm gonna drink water and then actually continue. We're just having too much fun.
Too much fun.
Anyway, maybe something about that came to mind. There you go.
Mayabara-san, do you know the first incident? The murder by dismemberment.
Yeah. One of the 6 perpetrators is still on the run, right?
Unfortunately, cops don't believe in hell, because if we did, we'd know we'd go there for sure. Hypothetically, what if he isn't on the run, but was demoned away? Like, I'm so glad that we just call him Officer Tasty now.
Yeah. Huh? Can I please read his name as Officer Tasty, or just Tasty?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. It was an outrageous hypothesis from Tasty-san. The incident 4 years ago was a particularly ghastly one. The police already knew the perpetrators. Stop! There we go. So they posted tons of wanted posters with his face on them. They staked out various locations and investigated every possible escape route he had. But after 4 years, there wasn't even a hint of where he might be. Unless the police were completely incompetent. Oh yeah, even if it was an outrageous hypothesis, I couldn't simply laugh it off. And what about the incident the next year, when the man who supported the project and his wife both died in an accident?
Well, actually, It was only the husband who died in an accident. His wife's body never surfaced. Unless we find the body, then it's considered a missing person by law.
At the time of the incident, with the river below the cliff being muddy rapids, the police divers had searched every branch off the main stream of the river for dozens of miles, but in the end, they weren't able to find her body. But that's just them not being able to find the body. She's still dead, right? Isn't it different from her being demoned away?
We cannot say someone is dead without their body. Until a certain number of years pass, by law, she's treated as still alive. That is true for a lot of places, I'm pretty sure. There was a case here, relatively recently, I think it was a few years ago now, maybe even before COVID, where Manchester police found an arm in the Manchester River.
Oh, geez.
And because there was no body, there was no links, there was no anything that came of it, they couldn't treat it as suspicious, because it was just an arm.
Oh, it's still suspicious.
That's what I think, also. But the law is weird, and the police are also very weird.
Yeah, that is strange. Maybe somebody just hacked their arm off for, the fun. For fun.
They still haven't
like,
found one of the arms.
I'm not
It's in the Manchester River, unfortunately.
Only
God.
trust your fist. Police will never help you.
It's true. Moonpie speaks truth. I'm not sure if it was right to call that being demoned away. The wife is missing. At least that part was reality. How about the third year? The Shinto priest died of illness, and his wife committed suicide?
Mayabara-san, that's actually the same exact scenario.
The wife had supposedly thrown herself into the bottomless swamp deep in the forest around Hanamizawa, meaning it's all circumstantial evidence. They simply found her suicide note in front of the swamp. A diver, for some reason I read that as diver, a diver was able to recover a few of her articles, but they weren't able to find a body. The investigative headquarters believed that she had faked her death and was still alive somewhere.
God, man, diving is something I wouldn't do on a good day. Diving in swamps? Never!
Deep swamp is so... The thought of that is terrifying to me.
Yeah, because it looks like it would be like, I don't know, a foot deep at most. Some of those things go, like, as deep as a river. It's awful.
Anyway.
I'm not sure if we could refer to these cases as being demoned away. It's just as you've said. Every year, one person does go missing.
The incident this year, the woman with Tomitake-san has gone missing. Then what about the incident with the housewife beaten to death? Who went missing? I believe the perpetrator was caught, right?
Yeah, we arrested him. He was just a miscreant with a record of narcotics abuse. He admitted to the crime while being questioned about a different incident. But, well, you see, after he was arrested, a child from the victim's home went missing. It's still under investigation. As to whether the disappearance had anything to do with the crime.
But you said you caught him, right? Did he have an accomplice?
No idea. It was most likely only the one perpetrator. Moreover, we can't even check now. Because while under investigation, that man, he died in his holding cell.
He swallowed a spork and choked to death. It's not known whether it was an accident or suicide. Meaning, for the last 5 years, there's always one person who dies and one who goes missing?
That's about right. No, actually, I'm surprised as well. I never realized they had that in common. You're a terrible cop. Terrible at this.
Great detective. I couldn't believe that this could help lead to the closing of those incidents. It was just something they had in common. Could it be that those demoned away have something in common? Tasty-san mumbled as he seemed to be thinking about it. So I summarized the events. The first year was the dam employee. Second was the wife of a dam project supporter. Third was the wife of the Shinto priest. They're all wife. Fourth year was the victim's family's child, and the fifth year was the victim's girlfriend, I guess? It doesn't seem like there's anything that connects them. Oh, that's you.
With the exception of the first year, wives and girlfriends. Those do stand out.
It does seem like there are a lot, and that means the fourth year's victim's child was different. It would have really stood out if it were all married couples, except it's not just married couples, but parents and children as well.
Come to think of it, I believe Tomitake-san also told me the younger brother is alive and has moved, if I recall correctly. The child that went missing in the 4th year, who were they?
Apparently he was quite mature. 1 year older than you.
Oh.
His name was Satoshi Hojo-san.
Oh no, Satoshi. Oh, Hojo. Oh, that's oh. Satoko brother?
Oh.
No. Satoshi? I remember that name. Didn't they tell me Satoshi transferred out last year?
He was at your school up until last year. Didn't they tell you anything about him?
Come to think of it, when I transferred in, I believe they said my seat belonged to a recent transfer student. Then where I sat, once belonged to the one who was demoned away, it was his seat? I recalled the cold sensation that came from that desk. It made my hair stand on end. The string of mysterious deaths. No, Oyashiro-sama's curse. I now knew how it connected to me. That chilling sensation. It was the feeling of Oyashiro-sama caressing the back of my neck. Oyashiro-sama's curse, huh? Could Oyashiro-sama's curse really exist? In all honesty, I was beginning to believe it. And I was scared. That was why I wanted to say it was a plot crafted by man, and not the work of a curse. But the more I dug into it, the less likely that seemed. No, the more I dug, the more mysterious it became. If I kept digging, eventually, I'd reach the point where I'd learn something I really shouldn't know. To either be none the wiser, or to seek an answer I may regret. Which one would I be happier with? Maybe it'll be me next time. My execution could only be delayed for 1 year. That was when I remembered. Rena. Rena said she may be the next victim of the curse.
You mean Rena Ryugu-san? She transferred in last year and she's your classmate, isn't she? These incidents really might be a bit too disturbing for a girl. She's not just scared, is she?
It wasn't that. She said it might be her next. She said it in a way that made me think she had a concrete reason behind it. It felt like she was convinced. Almost as if, you could say, she was frightened. Her sudden change in demeanor. That someone who looked like Rena but wasn't Rena. That might be unrelated. All the strange things that I felt from Rena today came back to me.
I see. Then I'll be doing a bit of investigating on this end. Please continue your observations of Ryugu-san, Mayabara-san.
Are you asking me to keep Rena under surveillance?
That's not what I mean, Mayabara-san. I just want you to watch out for your friend so she doesn't end up the next victim.
At that moment, just as my mouth was agape because I was so impressed with his mature, clever way with words, were you?
He's a kid.
Knock, knock. A sudden knock at the door sent my heart racing. In an instant, I had pointlessly covered up the end of the receiver.
Keiichi, get the door, please.
On the other side of the door, I heard my father's oddly upbeat voice. What could it be? It's so late. Sorry, my dad just came in. Can we leave it at this for tonight?
Yeah. My apologies again for calling so late. If you find out anything else, please let me know. I'll tell you if I make any progress on this end. Well then, have a pleasant evening. Keiichi, hurry and open up! Daddy's got his hands full.
What is Dad doing?
Don't clip that.
I had stayed in the same position while on the phone the whole time, so my joints were aching. When I opened the door, I saw my father was standing there with a tray. On that tray, cookies and 2 cups of black tea, a fairly fancy spread for our household. There was even sugar and lemon slices on the side, everything you could ask for. This was quite the show of hospitality. What's going on, Dad? What's all this for?
Don't play around, Keiichi. I'm coming in.
Dad was in high spirits and had a smirk on his face. But for my entire life, I've never seen him act this hospitable. What had gotten into him?
So, what were you talking about?
I jumped. It's not something I had to keep from my father, but how could I explain to him I was talking to a detective, I'm assuming he was, this late at night? Nothing much, just a friend.
I don't mean the phone. She was here, wasn't she? Rena-chan.
Oh, the music! Oh, she wasn't here.
Come now, don't try to keep it from me. She just came over to play. you two were chatting away, so I thought I'd bring some tea, but it looks like I just missed her.
I had no idea what Dad was talking about, but a cold sweat dripped down my back. How long were we talking?
Rena-chan went upstairs about half after, so it was close to an hour, I guess.
You saw her come up to the second floor?
Yeah, I did. I also told her that your room was the door down the hall and up the stairs.
Rena came to my house about an hour ago. Dad met her at the door and called out to me on the second floor. Probably didn't hear him because I was so focused on my conversation with Tasty-san. I didn't reply, but he knew I was in my room, so he had her come inside and told her my room was on the second floor. She thanked my dad and went upstairs. Then about an hour passed. I feel like I am narrating Death Note right now. She passed my dad just as he was bringing up tea and left. She came upstairs. About an hour passed, and passed my dad and returned home. Then after she came upstairs until she left, where was Rena? There's only a short hallway between my room and the stairs, meaning Rena had, for about an hour, in the hall. No, she couldn't have been standing in front of the door all that time. The door to my room wasn't particularly thick. You could easily hear everything being said inside. All the unsettling and unguarded things I spoke to Tasty-san about began rushing through my head.
Honey, don't tease him. More importantly, you need to clean up your studio. It's a mess again.
Mom yelled up at Dad from downstairs. Dad left the tray with me and went downstairs with a disappointed chortle. I followed my dad out of the room with my eyes. I looked down at the floor around the doorway where Rena might have stood all that time. Just now, as I was talking to Tasty-san with my back turned, Rena was standing a mere 6 feet away. The whole time? Oh God! All that time, in this dimly lit doorway. What did she see? What did she hear? For what reason? As the steam from the 2 teacups ominously wafted and twisted, the aroma of black tea filled my room. Oh.
I think that's what we're on for today.
Yes. Looks at you like this. No.
How fucking eerie. Well, we'll do the tip, and
Let's
then
let's do the tip, and then we can wrap up. I'm enjoying now that things have picked up. Lies!
Osada!
Oh,
Yeah, you can't see the achievement, but we just got the lies lie to Rena achievement.
awesome.
How fucking terrible does that feel that it's an achievement to lie to your friend?
I mean, I had no choice.
Sure, but didn't you?
No.
But didn't you?
No, I didn't. July 1st, 1982. To the Departments 1 through 12. Blank Prefectural Police Headquarters. Director General Blank to the Chief Constable and all facility managers regarding cases situated in the Hinamizawa Village. Notice. As cases in Shishibone City, Hinamizawa Village have been reported by certain sections of mass media. It has drawn global attention, which is causing serious repercussions for the local residents. This has become a very serious situation. It's become a very situation. To protect the livelihood and prosperity of the residents, the following notice has been issued. 1. Designate the following criminal investigations as classified. Okonomiya Station, 1982, case number blank. Hinamizawa Village housewife murder dated June blank. Okonomiya Station, 1982, case number blank. Hinamizawa Village student disappearance dated June blank. Non-disclosure of information. Okonomiya Station, 1979, case number blank. Hinamizawa Village site foreman murder dated June blank. Hello. Shira Station, 1980, case number blank. Oh shit! Where were they? Oh goddamn. My keys have been located.
Oh, nice.
Thank you.
Where were they?
They were on the coffee table.
Oh, buddy. Buddy.
I'm sorry. Shirakawa Natural Park falling incident dated June blank. Okonomiya Station 1981 case number blank. Hinamizawa Village Shinto priest wife's disappearance dated June blank. Requesting self-restraint from each organization concerning the release of sensitive information. Please see attached reference materials 1, 2, and 3. Management blank prefecture police headquarters. Internal line blank. Police affairs department blank. We learned a lot from that. We sure have. Let's save.
But in general, we have learned a lot today.
We have. We've had an experience today. Chapter 8. How many chapters does this have?
Good question. I don't remember.
Oh. I mean, we'll find out someday. I'm probably gonna close this and then we can start wrapping up for...
Yeah.
Well, actually, I want to have this as the background music for when I talk about the Kenosha Theater once again. So you may have noticed the Kenosha Theater, a little donation bar up there, because all month, we are raising money for the restoration of this lovely place. Here's... Oh, chunky. Here's some progress photos. Why is it so chunky right now? Why is it skipping? Why is it like that? What the heck? Okay, you know what? I'm actually gonna close the game. Yeah, I'll close the game. Maybe the game is causing the lag. Oh, thank you, Gracie. But yeah, all donations during the stream this month go toward... It might be my stream deck. Fucking up. Please work! Oh, I'm doing the wrong thing. There we go. Awesome. So you can see progress photos right here. Since February last year, and Cal has actually been helping with a lot of these streams, like most of the fundraising streams.
I try.
Yeah, the first 2 rooms of the theater, so the front foyer, however you want me to say it. There it is. Has has been painted like that, and the lobby has also been painted and plastered up. The floor has been cleaned. The floor is gonna get like finished quite soon. Okay, Sasha's here to eat some more plastic. Awesome, but this is all going on. All money goes toward the inner foyer. The inner foyer, probably some like cleanup that has to be done in the lobby and front foyer as well. The inner foyer is going to be the next area that we focus on as far as restoration goes, and that's going to be really cool. Delicious plastic, exactly. But there is a big 24-hour fundraiser coming up as well. So when is that? That is actually in 5 days. 5 days. Thursday. Oh my god, I hope I am awake for that. I will be awake for that.
You have to be.
I have to be. The entire time, I have to be awake for that. So that's going to start at 8 a.m. You don't have to be there the whole time. I don't expect anybody to be there the whole time. But if...
you.
Except me. I have to be there the whole time. But if you want to pop in, donate if you can, if you want to. You can also... play sound alerts, because we're getting really close to that cheap sound alert thing where anybody can afford the sound alerts and just murder me with sound alerts. So I'm also going to play the clip of the week, which I think is from Silent Hill Origins, which I'm playing the rest of tomorrow, so check this out. The gurney is stained with blood. That doesn't look like blood to me. What about that looks like blood to you, Travis? What about that looks like blood to you?
Hope this is not Chris's blood.
Fuck off! Oh, that's new. She's been gutted and split open. Oh.
Hope this is not Chris's blood.
I'm so glad you guys get good use out of that. I literally can't play Resident Evil 1 or 5 because people would be spamming it every time I get shot. So speaking of sound alerts, that was a perfect display of one of the most popular sound alerts lately, is hope that this isn't Chris's blood. Everybody loves it. Everybody loves it. And I do have a fan art.
It was well employed today, that sound alert.
Yeah, it was great.
Very well employed.
Hope this is not
Thank you,
Chris's
Apple Freak.
blood.
Thank you.
Sound alerts. Oh, whoa. What's this? Oh, hello.
That is disgusting, by the way. What is that? Fucking mincemeat?
That's Beef, my son.
Oh, your son, Beef, of course.
That's my son, Beef, the PT sync fetus. My son, Beef, that Axe Mortal did an edit where it's like ground beef overlaid on the PT fetus, and now it's the vortex thing that's chasing me in Downpour. And
Horrible.
It's funny. So if you ever make silly edits like this, thanks for the soup. My son ground beef. No, that's only when he's grounded and punished. He's ground
God.
beef. But anyway, if you ever make funny edits like this, I love it, and I'll show it during the stream. Thank you for more soup, Cal. I'm like, I need to catch up on all the fan art that people have been making. I appreciate it so much. Also, it was Evie's Patreon anniversary the other day. Actually, 3 years. Evie has been supporting me 3 years on Patreon, and if you would like to join her and also get a creature, you can join the merch or gamer tier, and you can get a little creature at the end like this. See?
What a creature.
What a creature. What a creature.
What a creature.
What a creature. Eris's 2-year Patreon anniversary is coming up, so fuck yeah. But that's pretty much all I had to say to you guys. You guys are doing so much soup. You guys making me hungry. Oh my god.
Get that steamy.
It's that woeful twerk song, but I have to turn it off because we're switching over. I want sashimi. Why'd you have to bring
Hey
it up
everybody.
again?
Oishi of the Okonomiya Police Department. I am here with a PSA to say you must feed the cat streamers sashimi.
You
Just got to. And with a donation to the Kenosha Theater, you too can be feeding everybody.
You can feed me sashimi. Oh.
It's like a circle, right? An economic circle. You donate to the stream, which is donated to the theater, and the upkeep of the theater will eventually wrap around to helping the people who are upkeeping it. So then it goes all the way back to Spoony, probably in several years, when repairs are complete.
Yeah. Also, we're gonna raid Sai. Sai just went live, and I don't see Sai stream a whole lot. And, he's playing Phasmophobia. Just, make the raid message. The raid message is gonna be, don't die, Sai. With a happy face. Because last time we played together, he kept dying, and it was funny.
Your money is going straight to the foyer. I'm just messing around.
I thought my money was going straight to the foyer. Yes. Either the front or the inner one. The foyer.
It will go to... Yeah, my point is that money that goes to the theater will be used to upkeep the theater, and then when the theater is up, people who are working on and with the theater will then be paid dividends by the theater. That's how running a business works.
Yeah. Also, I will see you all tomorrow, 6 p.m. for Silent Hill Origins. I like that game so far.
Yeah.
Tell Sai not to die. Good night.
Bye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Good night.